Yes. So these 7 topics we'll discuss. In addition, some among these only still more detailedly, we will not go too much in India-Canada relations. Only relevant aspects for UPSC examination I will discuss. Yes. So what's the first topic we have given? Women's Reservation Bill. Yes? Yes, come in. So, Women's Reservation Bill recently has been passed in Parliament. Have you observed? Yes, both the houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, they have passed it. Yes, providing 33% reservation. But in UPSC examination, we can expect questions in GS paper 2. GS paper 2 in social justice component and on recent bills which are passed in Parliament. On that component, this question can be asked. When it comes to prelims examination, again, the important key features can be asked in the examination, especially the constitutional provisions. Some articles, we need to make some constitutional amendment, and related to this, also we need to study something called as delimitation exercise. So this can be asked in UPSC prelims exam. Already UPSC once in 2012, I think we have the previous year question I will show you after this discussion. They have already asked a question in polity segment related to this. Again, we can expect some questions in mains also or prelims also on delimitation commission. Yes, we'll discuss about that delimitation commission also related to this. So before that, let's first try to understand the condition of women in India. How is the condition of women in India? Why we need first of all women's reservation bill? As of now in elections for parliament or to state assembly elections, if you see till now in India we have reservations for SC and ST communities. Only we have given constitutional provisions for women. First time it was given through 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act. Kindly write it. Which is the year? 1992. CAM means Constitutional Amendment Act. So that is the first constitutional provision which provided reservation for women. Where it provided? Especially in panchayats and urban local bodies. So this is on panchayats. Yes. So that's the first constitutionally we have first time recognized reservation should be given to women, and there we have given up to how much reservation? We have given 33%. So women already enjoy 33% reservation in panchayats and local bodies. But when it comes to parliamentary elections, especially Lok Sabha and state assembly elections, till now women were not given reservation. Only we have reservation for, in elections till now, whom mandal we are having reservations? Any idea? How it is given? We have reservation for SC, ST communities. This is actually decided based on population. So based on population of SC, ST communities in a state, so they will allot the constituencies based on that. Based on their population. If their population is more, so they will allot that for reserved constituency. Every assembly elections you would have seen this. Yes? And even political parties used to fill their particular representatives only they will fill in those constituencies, reserved constituencies. But this time, now very recently, this women's reservation bill is also now going to provide 33% reservation in Lok Sabha elections Two categories only. One is for Lok Sabha, second is for State Assembly elections. Kindly note, it is not given for Rajya Sabha elections. Not for Rajya Sabha seat, only for Lok Sabha. When we say parliament, it includes President, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Already a UPSC prelims question has been asked. Which of the following constitutes parliament? Among that, they have given president. Many of them thought it is only Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Is it clear? In polity, you will be getting questions regarding the articles and then basic constitutional provisions. Especially fundamental rights and parliament chapter is very, very important when you read polity segment. But this reservation still, it's actually given only in Lok Sabha and a state assembly. In addition to that, it is given not to OBC women. Kindly note it. That is also one criticism in the bill. It is not given for OBC women. So whom it is given only for SC/ST woman. Yes. So before that we will try to discuss the conditions of the woman. So the conditions of the woman actually in India for a long time they were under the patriarchal system. Is it or not? Because of the what do you mean by patriarchal society? There is a domination of man in the society, whether it in the family as well as outside space. So the domination by men, it is referred as patriarchal society. But we have even matriarchal society in India, where tribal societies especially first. Then comes the Nair family in Nair category, Nair caste in Kerala. They have matriarchal system where women are given property rights also in case of Nair families. But now coming here, because of this, what is happening is there is a lot of discrimination and oppression generally. So women are facing lot of problems. Second, when a woman is born, during the starting stage only, there is a discrimination between male child and female child. We say that's why the sex ratio in India, how much it is now? In India, check it. We need to mention that because in case of India, if you see when a girl child is born or before it is going to born, still there is a practice of female foeticide. What is this? That is killing the female child during the birth stage, before the birth stage only. Yes, so that practice is there because how they are doing this? By scanning the ultrasonic scanning. Actually in India it is illegal, nobody should do it, but still people who are actually engaging in these practices, what they are doing is they are actually killing the female child. Yes, so that is also leading to a lot of gender discrimination in Indian society, where what is happening is this is actually reflected in sex ratio. How much is the sex ratio? 943 for 1000. That is for every 1000 males only 943 female are available in India. Yes, so even if you look at child sex ratio, it is even very less. So we need to, so this is a serious problem. Still we are actually exercising gender discrimination. So this is visible in this. Second, if you look at the female literacy rate, tell me how much is the female literacy rate in India as per the latest census? 70? India's it is 85. Overall in India, the literacy rate is 85. But if you see the male literacy and female literacy, you will see a disparity. How much it is? Male literacy? Check it and tell me. So there is a disparity. Why? Because of that, what is happening is girl child are still discriminated during the school going stage, and the woman dropouts, the female dropouts in schooling is still very high. So kindly note it. So how much is the female literacy rate? Tell me. So the women are female 70? One. Yes. So the female that is dropout is high in schools. Why it is high? Why actually woman dropout is high in schools? School going children. Fear or what fear? Okay, by a sense of security for their child. Yes, that is like in traditional societies they had. That's why they did not allow even women to come out of their home or allow them to educate. Yes, so we discriminated them. But now the condition has changed now. Why in today's India this is happening? See, there is a practice of still child, that is child marriage. Child marriage. What is the marriageable age for woman? Female in India? 18. For female it is 21. You will confuse. Uh, 18 for females and for men it is 21. Yes, remember? So anybody who is marrying the girl child who is marrying less than 18 years of age, it's considered to be child marriage in India. And there is a still prevalence of more child marriage, and even child labor problem is also more. Remember where this child labor problem is more? Especially in BPL families. They consider children as an asset and send them rather not to schools, rather they will send them to any economic activity. Like I have discussed in case of Thuthukudi, that Sivagasi, not Thuthukudi, in Tamil Nadu, Sivagasi, firecrackers factory, still they employ lot of child laborers. So because of that also child dropout is more. But government is trying to improve this child labor problem. What they are trying to do is they are also arranging some night school, actually part-time school for those who are engaged in these kind of activities. So government is trying to improve the condition, but still the condition of women needs to improve. And in addition to that, what are the other problems women are having in India is, as there is no equal pay for equal work. Still women are not actually given in majority of the industries in India, they are not given comparatively equal salary with that of men. So there is a discrimination between men and women salary, although they do the same work. And finally the most important thing is care economy. What is care economy? Yesterday also we have discussed, even this year UPSC in GS mains paper 3, they have asked a question on care economy. Remember yesterday we have discussed, yes? So women's work at home, especially the child care, elderly care and other household work, they are actually not getting paid. And they actually, what they are saying is, some studies and various experts are saying through some studies, in India averagely, the average woman in India, they work every day 1 hour more than male, but end up paying less salary than them or no salary for that work. So most of them come under which economy? Care economy, which is not actually not included in the which one? GDP calculation. So we have a problem in GDP methodology. Remember, while discussing GDP, we said the flaws in GDP calculation. One among them is black money, and second is also this care economy. Black money is considered to be again parallel economy. Equivalently, again a parallel economy exists invisibly, illegally in India. So in addition to that, this like not recognizing women's work at home is leading to what to say, women ending up not actually getting recognition in society. Is it clear? So because of this condition of woman, there is a need. Why we need actually then women's reservation? We know now the condition of woman is very poor. It needs to improve in India. Is it clear? You understood? But why we need, especially why not men can't do that work? Why you need reservation from women's side? What is the need for this bill now? Huh? Women, sir? Woman development to woman-led development. That are fancy terms of government of India, but in reality, if you see the criticism of this bill, I will try to say, still they are saying, experts are saying, political experts, what they are saying is, the implementation of this bill, women's reservation bill, although it is passed now, implementation will take at least till 2029 Lok Sabha elections. Till then it will not happen, it seems. That is the census, 2031 census we have to wait. Already government has not completed 2021 census only. So where comes 2031 census? And after the 2031 census, which government is going to be there? No one is going to know. And after that, this bill, it has to be implemented. So it is like a provision for future governments. Once they do the census exercise and delimitation exercise, that is when they agreed that they will implement this bill. As of now, they have agreed that they will they agree to the provisions of the bill, but implementation still lot of problems are there in women's reservation bill. We'll come to that. But why we need reservation for women is because as of now in India, the women's conditions, the women's problem, they are not actually adequately represented. Adequately. What is the meaning? See, what are the problems concerning women is there, right? See, we have told so many problems which women are facing discrimination in India. For these problems, we are not getting representation in parliament to speak somebody. See, suppose women are representing in parliament, they can voice their opinion. Is it or not? In Lok Sabha, they can talk about their problem. So they will get the attention of the nation. So that is the main thing what they are telling is, so giving an opportunity for women to express their rights and again to represent other women who are getting discrimination in society, they can actually do that work better than men. Is it clear? So even it is not just India. Before this, if you see in the world today, Rwanda is the country which is having actually highest representation of women in parliament. If you see the countries in the world which has given means, one is Rwanda, second is Cuba, right it? Third is, that is South American country only, Nicaragua. You have the atlas with you? See, kindly wrote it. If they ask question in mains, no, what you can do, before writing the answer, in the introduction or after the introduction, you can give the comparison. As of now, in India today, if you see, roughly, in case of Lok Sabha, we are roughly having around 15.2% only reservation for women. Now, in 2023, today if you see, the condition of women representation is only 15.2. But if you see in the world, which countries are having highest representation? First is Rwanda. Where is Rwanda located? Africa. Remember, I have already taken some issue related to Africa. Yes, go to that Rwanda, near the Democratic Republic of Congo. Katanga Plateau, remember, what it is famous for? Katanga Plateau. Forgot it. BRICS Summit, I will taking only, I have shown some places in Africa. Copper and diamond. Very good. You have written there and you are saying and telling. You have to go and revise this. Map is like, see even today I will discuss one Azerbaijan-Armenian issue. UPSC has already asked one map-based question this year only. Again this place is in news. See, there is a chance of them repeating the same question. Why? Because UPSC has already done so many times in prelims exam, repeating their same questions from previous year papers. So again, I am expecting, because this Azerbaijan-Armenian issue, again it is a big problem which is happening now. So we'll discuss about that also. So you need to remember the places which are coming in news. Because surely you will be getting minimum how many questions in prelims? 5 questions in map segment only. Very easy. Your cutoff you need to clear UPSC prelims is only you require now. Maximum is like 40 to 45 questions to get correct. Above 90, you can easily clear UPSC prelims. That is 45 questions you need to get correct. Out of that, 5 questions you can easily answer from just map segment, easy area. But it requires some homework. You should remember the place whenever we cover the places. Is it clear? Yes. So what is the capital of Rwanda? Kigali. Yes. Neighboring countries, Kenya is there. This side, Democratic Republic of Congo. Yes. Tanzania. What is the capital of Tanzania? Dodoma. Mark that also. Again, Tanzania is important. Yes. We'll come back again to these places. Now, coming here, see, but there are countries where women are least represented. Again, Pakistan is there, and then Bangladesh is there. Pakistan, Bangladesh. Yes, okay. One more country, Pakistan, Bangladesh, yes. So highest representation, kindly note it, it's given here. How much it is? Just remember this fact, 61%. Where? In case of, this is an UN woman data. Kindly write it. See, when you write mains answers, this is what is important. What you have to do is, whenever you quote some data, no, Don't just like that comment it. Say that according to, see this data is according to which one? According to you and women's data. So it is an authentic data which you can use in UPSC mains exam. Surely we can expect some question this year, the coming year, either in prelims or mains on women's reservation bill, because it's going to be very important. Always UPSC says in the application only, what is that? Gender, women are encouraged to apply. Actually, they say that in the application only. Have you seen UPSC notification? They wanted to maintain gender balance in work. If you go to interview, maximum chance girls will get selected easily. UPSC has that system to encourage women to be represented in the administrative system. Yes. So what you should notice, according to women's, UN women's data, you quote this, and least represented is in Pakistan and Bangladesh. So they have very less representation. But actually India is having still less. At least Pakistan, Bangladesh, they are having roughly 21. But coming here, in case of India now, we have now actually trying to improve the situation. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to provide in women's reservation bill, try to write the important provisions. First one is Article 330A. Second is Article 332A. That is article. Then we have Article 334A. Kindly note down the articles. All are important. UPSC may ask you these articles also. Then Article 239 AA 2B. See, this is the main provision of the Women's Reservation Bill. What is the thing is, now to pass the Women's Reservation Bill, we have to make some constitutional amendments. What are the constitutional amendments we have done is, as per, that is this constitutional amendment is 128th Constitutional Amendment Bill. Amendment Bill you say, it is not Act, so 128th. It was introduced as 128th Constitutional Amendment Bill. This Women's Reservation Bill, when it was passed in Parliament. So here, as per Article 330A, what we are trying to do is, we are trying to give one-third, that is one-third of the seats reservation for women in Parliament, that is Lok Sabha. Here also one-third reservation, so one-third reservation for women. This is for state assemblies. And this is one-third reservation. This is concerning Delhi. So Delhi also have a assembly. So for that we have separately, we need to do this amendment, that is Article 239 AA 2B. Yes. So what is then Article 334A? So here we have actually what we have discussed is that is when this bill is passed, it means how long can we provide reservation for women. That is what they have agreed is, this will come into existence for 15 years. Now what will happen after 15 years? After coming into practice means that the Parliament can decide that time. If it want to extend, it can extend. Is it clear? So it can be for 15 years or it has the option to extend it. So depending upon the condition that time. But now what they have agreed is, once the bill is implemented, it will be in existence for continuously 15 years. That is assured. But where it will be done? Only in case of two categories. I said, what are they? Lok Sabha and state assemblies. Along with that, one addition is Delhi. Although Delhi is a union territory, in India few union territories have only state assemblies. What are they? One is Delhi, another is Pondicherry. Huh? As Jammu and Kashmir we have made it, but majorly if you see, one is Delhi and Pondicherry also have, but we have now given only inclusion for which one? Delhi only in union territory. For that only we have included. So it is for Lok Sabha and state assemblies. And here who and all will be represented? Reservation will be given 1/3. First thing, first condition, 1/3 reservation. Write it. Second one, here already SC and ST communities, they enjoy separate reservation. Is it or not? Yes. So in that also additionally reservation will be provided to women. Kindly write it. That is among the seats which are reserved for SC/ST communities, there also additionally what is that reservation will be applied. So whatever reserved constituencies, for example, if you are having 100 reserved constituencies in India, means for women will be giving 33 seats. 33 point, that is 1/3 seat. Are you getting it? So that is additional. But only problem is it is not available for whom? OBC women. OBC women it does not apply, and second it will not apply to Rajya Sabha. These are the exemptions. See, they actually what they feel is they wanted to represent more reserved community women. They feel that these are the things what they agree is SC/ST communities conditions need to improve much better compared to these communities. OBC women, because who are still see social discrimination will be high for whom OBC communities are reserved communities. That is the reason we encourage them. Already see if you want to do again OBC, again problem will come. For from each community they will start demanding separate reservation. So what they feel is already we have SC/ST reservation. So there also let us include. That's the concept here. Because if even from the reserved constituencies who are representing, male are only more representing. If you give opportunity to women there also, they say they can come and express their what to say downtrodden communities problem, women's oriented problem. So they can work on their problem. Is it clear? Yes. So now after this. Women's reservation bill. Now, this is the provisions which they have implemented. But for this to do implementation on ground, what are the things they have agreed is, first one, a census has to be conducted. Second, delimitation exercise has to be conducted. Kindly write it. So what is the now future provision? They have passed this, whatever we have discussed till now. Only thing is, to implement it on ground, what they have agreed, they need to conduct a census exercise and delimitation exercise. Until now, if you see the last census which was conducted in India is 2011 and 2021 census has not commenced. Why? What is the reason? COVID pandemic. So because of that it has not been done. Now they are trying to develop a portal and do this exercise online. But I don't know how far will it take. The government is really serious, means they should do this exercise. Because it is something, census exercise only serves as serious which one? Socio-economic indicators. See, in the condition of reserved communities in India, literacy rate in India, sex ratio of India, all these data are important or not for devising any government schemes. Is it or not? So the government should always have this census which should be done once in 10 years. But the last exercise has been still delayed now, 2021. But now, let's come to delimitation. See, this delimitation, what is the concept of delimitation? Means it is nothing but readjusting, write it, readjusting the boundaries of constituencies. Yes. So this delimitation has been actually mentioned in the constitution itself, that we need to redraw the boundaries whenever, that is at least whenever we do a census exercise, immediately we need to redraw the boundaries. What boundaries? See, for conducting elections, generally we will have boundaries. Yes, have you seen what they say for generally for Lok Sabha constituency? Is it or not? So the total Lok Sabha constituency in India is how much now? 545 seats. In case of Rajya Sabha, 250 seats. Yes? In that 545, how many are nominated members? 2 nominated members. Yes? So remaining is 543 are elected members. Yes? And it includes representation from union territory as well as from states. Yes? But now coming here, for this total seats which are there for the elections, that are decided based on the constituency. That is a geographical area. This geographical area, what in our constitution we have agreed is, see, population in some area might increase. In some other area, see for example here it may increase, here it might decrease. Now what will happen is, if you keep same population year after year, same constituency. Now 10 years back here population was more, here it is less. Now today it has changed. Now what will happen? If somebody is getting represented means, as per our constitutional principle, we have agreed what it is that each person who is getting elected in India, he should have more or less equality in the votes he is getting represented. So, for example, here if you see some constituency are having more population, now it has grown means, we will try to fix it and allot that area to the next constituency where the population is very less. Are you getting it what I am saying? This is called as constituency. So this constituencies has to be redrawn based on population every 10 years. How it is done? Generally with the help of census only. Even after independence, if you see, we have done, write it, this is very important. Delimitation in 1951, 1963, 1973, and then 2002. So till now, delimitation in India has been done only 4 times. Kindly write it, very important. Only 4 times only we have done after independence. But if you see in India, how many census exercise has been conducted after independence? First is 1951, 61, 71, 81, 91, 2001, 2011. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See here. See, census we have conducted 7 times. But delimitation, how many times we have conducted in India till now? Only 4 times. Yes, why? Because there is a reason. First write it, I will come to that. Questions in UPSC prelims actually will be expected from delimitation commission. They will not ask directly on where, related to women's reservation. That can be even asked in essay also. You know, have you seen this year essay? In essay also they can ask you like the woman development to woman-led development. That can be the topic. There you can talk about women's reservation bill, which is a political empowerment. Then you need to talk about economic empowerment, social empowerment, all dimensions. You cannot write your essay only on women's reservation bill. Are you getting it? Yes? Essay we will talk separately. Now coming here, so what is the problem in India is we have not conducted delimitation exercise periodically as compared to which one? Census. So because of this, now what is happening is, what is the problem actually is, we have agreed in that is in case of 84th Constitutional Amendment Act, that is passed in 2001. Kindly write it. So this was a constitutional amendment. What it has declared is, now we have declared that we will conduct this delimitation after 25 years. After 25 years. That means what? That is first census conducted after, that is 2026, 25 years. So what is that census? 1931 only. Yes? So that is the thing we have agreed. Till then what we have planned is, we have now frozen. Till then we have frozen the number of seats or number of constituencies. How much it is? 545. 543 plus 2. We have frozen at that level only. The population, whatever we have now has increased in India, we have not accounted for. That will be done only after 2026. Why? Because see, the problem in India is, if you see the total Lok Sabha constituency, that is out of how many seats? 545 seats. In India, if you see, there is a disproportion. See, these are the problems we are having in India. See, out of 585, which state in India is having the highest constituency? UP. At least that is almost around how many seats? 80 seats it's having. But states like Tamil Nadu will have 39. Karnataka how many? Only 18. 28. So Karnataka it is, see here. See, because we are, if we could do this constituency on the basis of population means, then the states will get motivated to go for more population. But on the other side, we wanted to have some population control policy. So we have frozen this exercise till 2026. After that, once the census exercise is conducted in 2031, at that time we will, after that time, we can come out with delimitation exercise. Are you getting it? This is what we have agreed in 2001. So now this women's reservation bill also, even though it is now passed in which year? 2023. So now this Lok Sabha election they will go for next year Lok Sabha election 2024. Then 2024 to 2029 will be over. Then 2029 election also will come. Again, which one? Women's reservation bill will not be implemented. 2029 to 34. That during that next tenure only, the government which is going to come, if they are serious, they can implement it on ground. Is it clear? Yes. So it is a very long road to go. But one good thing is, at least considering the various socio-economic challenges which women are facing in India, we have taken the first step ahead. So that should be praised. But if you look at the problems and challenges, what are the various problems in this women's reservation bill? Yes. See, implementation is it's after it is not clear. Is it or not? When it is going to come, and regarding that, we are having so much confusions. So these things need to be sorted out. So political parties should work together, and they should have consensus. How they worked in passing the bill, same same thing they should show on actions in 2031 once exercise is done. Is it fine? Yes. So let's move to the next topic. And regarding this one, prelims question I think they have asked, we will discuss. No. That question I have not taken. Delimitation they have asked already in. One more thing, some important points you note regarding delimitation commission. We'll come to that. Regarding delimitation commission, this is the one which carries out which one? Delimitation exercise. And who will appoint it? It will be, the members will be appointed by president. And whatever decision it is coming out, that is final. That cannot be changed in, that cannot be challenged in any court of law. Kindly write it, very, very important. Regarding this only, UPSC has already asked a question. It cannot be changed in any court or even in parliament or state legislative assemblies. So whatever decision it's taking, delimitation exercise, everybody has to agree to that. Because we have a methodology, how it is done. Is it fine? Yes? UPSC can ask questions on that. And with respect to women's reservation bill, there is a long history. I will discuss that. In PPT, we have the timeline. The first attempt at passing the women's reservation bill actually started in 1996 only. After that, 1998 came, then 2008, 2010. So many attempts have been made, but it has not been passed. Even in 2014, it has been passed in Rajya Sabha, but not in Lok Sabha. But after this, after a long battle, this bill has been passed now. So it's a historic bill, and that's the reason UPSC can ask questions on this. Is it fine? So moving to the next topic. What is the second topic which we have given? State of Rhino 2023. That is State of Rhino 2023. It is a report which has been published by International Rhino Foundation. Kindly write it. So International Rhino Foundation, it published this report. Now, this topic, why it is important is, already UPSC has asked questions in current affairs in UPSC prelims on environmental segment regarding one-horned rhino. It's very important. Yes, we have questions also. I will show you the question. They have asked about other animals also. Have you seen UPSC previous year prelims questions? Anyone here? Kindly go on today. What is the job is? Go and see at least last 10 years question paper analysis. Just check current affairs questions at least, how they are asking. In environment, at least go and check. How the questions will be asked is, every year in UPSC, in environmental segment, they will ask you questions regarding the status of animals, whether an animal is an endangered animal, critically endangered, vulnerable, extinct, or characteristics of these animals, or which state it belongs to, or which national park it is located, or it's present. On this, UPSC will always ask questions. Do you know that? Yes, kindly. So that is the reason we have picked this topic. So it's very useful for your environmental segment of GS prelims. Yes, and considering now coming to this rhino, rhino is very important because in case of rhino, totally in the world there are only 5 categories of rhino. Note it down, very important. These are the 5 categories of rhino which are present in the world in rhino species. Yes, everybody know, have you seen this one-horned rhino, how it looks? Yes, a horn will be there. And what is the problem with these rhinos is, this rhino population, these rhinos are actually hunted in large numbers and their horns are in great demand, especially in China. What they do is they use it for medicinal purposes. That is one thing. And other people use it for, what to say, they will just, what is that, aesthetic value, they will keep it. But it is in great demand in case of China. Because of that, people used to hunt these animals. And even in case of India, these rhinos are present. Which category means, in case of India, we are having one-horned rhino. And this one-horned rhino is actually present in 2 countries. One is India and another is Nepal. Kindly note it, UPSC has already asked a question on this. We'll come to that at the end of this discussion. So among these 5 categories of rhino, actually most of them are actually now suffering decrease in population. That is, if you see Javan, that is Javan rhino, Sumatran rhino, so they both of them, they come under critically endangered category. Write it, very important. I'll show you the image so that it will be much better. Just write this. So 5 categories are, yes. African white, so African, see here, CE means critically endangered. 3 categories, one is Java, Sumatra, I said critically endangered, and one more is African black. See, what do you mean by this critically endangered? Endangered means, internationally we have an organization called IUCN. Kindly write it. IUCN. That is International Union for Conservation of Nature. What is this organization? International Union for Conservation of Nature. It is an international global organization, and where it is located means it is located in Gland, which is actually near Geneva only in Switzerland. Switzerland. And this organization actually, it does research. Its main objective, you see, it is to protect nature, plants and animals. That's the main objective. And it also comes out with various reports and analysis and research. In that, what it is trying to do is, it is trying to classify the animals which are actually having decrease in population in the world on various categories such as, that is extinct. Kindly write it. Later you will study about this in environment also. So extinct in the wild. Then we have critically endangered. Then we have endangered, vulnerable, near threatened. Yes. These are the various categories how we classify in IUCN the animals which are having decrease in population over the years. For example, I will tell you some classification meaning. What do you mean by extinct means? Its population is not at all there in the world. Is it clear? So those animals we call them as extinct category. And even India, Asia, the cheetahs in India were actually once extinct. Now we have reintroduced cheetahs where? In which wildlife sanctuary? Kuno Wildlife Sanctuary. Kindly note it, very, very important. Later we will discuss in some other place where it comes in current affairs. So where it is located in Madhya Pradesh, we have reintroduced it, and it has a useful ecological function also. That they are saying that the grasses will again come. So because there is a food chain which is involved, because it is a cheetahs will hunt the deers. Yes, so because of that grasses will actually grow. Now what is the problem is grasses has been actually completely, because of no carnivorous animal to hunt the deers in Kuno Wildlife Sanctuary, we are having an ecological imbalance. Are you understanding what I am saying? Grasses are completely not there. So there should be some carnivorous animal. So we have reintroduced cheetah into Kuno Wildlife Sanctuary in Madhya Pradesh. But coming here, so those are the extinct. Extinct means they are not present in the world. The population, the number of the animals which are present is 0. And what do you mean by then extinct? It wild means here, see, if you could take the genetic some genes of the animal, if you could preserve, and through that, if you can make the animal to come through any scientific biological method, you can make that animal to be preserved in captivity. What do you mean by captivity? Captivity means some artificially, not in naturally, some lab in some places. You are keeping that animal and you are preserving it. Not in nature, it cannot come now. So you can preserve that animal in lab. Is it clear? It can grow. So that is extinct in wild. But extinct means completely it's not there. So then coming to critically endangered means here the population of the animal will decrease at least by, that is 80% in the last 3 years. If there are 100 animals means in the last 3 years, if you see 80% decrease means 20 only now population. So that is 80% decrease in the last 3 generation. So endangered means 50% decrease will be there. So vulnerable and near threatened will be 30 and below, the decrease in population. So this is a classification regarding the status of animals. And among that, if you see rhino population, most, at least among the 5 species of rhino, we have Javan, Sumatra, African black. See here, 3 categories are in critically endangered category. If you are not able to preserve this animal or conserve this animal means, it can soon enter which category? Extinct in wild category. Already its population is in double digit and single digit numbers. We need to immediately protect this animal. Is it clear? Regarding that, in India, we have initiated various rhino protection. That is rhino corridor we have introduced, and various rhino like better protection measures are there. And whoever is hunting rhinos, we are giving serious, that is criminal punishments are given to them. We'll look into that. But before that, just write it. So that is what we have discussed here. 3 categories are critically endangered: Javan, Sumatra, African black. And in this, next comes is which one? Near threatened category. After this, near threatened, that is African white. It is near threatened. Kindly write it. So it is having some population. Near threatened means what? Somewhat better at least in population than critically endangered. That's what you can understand. Great one-horned rhinoceros, which is present in case of India and Nepal, it's coming under which category? Kindly note it. This is the most important one you need to remember. If you remember the other things or not, it's fine. But kindly remember, the Indian one-horned rhinoceros is classified under vulnerable category. So somewhat we are in a better stage compared to other countries. Is it or not? Yes. See, what are these countries? Javan and Sumatra rhinos are present in which countries? In case of Indonesia. Kindly write it, Indonesia. And African white, African black, by the name only you know it is present in Africa. And in case of this great one-horned rhinoceros, it's present in India and Nepal. Is it fine? So, among the 5 rhino species, which is better protected today in India? Better protected is in India, the one-horned rhinoceros. Kindly understand that, because we are having some vision, rhino plan, and national missions also we have. That is, kindly write it. What are the conservation measures we have? Before that, we will try to understand in India, where and all these rhinos are present. Kindly draw some map or go to India map. Go to India map. One is in UP. See, in Atlas, at the starting page, you will have National Park, Wildlife Sanctuary, Biosphere Reserve. One map will be there. Kindly see that. In the starting only, just turn the pages. After India map, it will come. You will have National Park, Biosphere Reserve, Tiger Reserves, everything in single page. Can you find it? Or else give me. What is that atlas you are having? Orient Black Swan, it will be there. Oxford will have actually better representation. Oxford, it's not there. Give me. They have given 59 Oxford, 59 page, they have given animals list. And then heritage sites they have given. National Park will be there, no? Check it. Industries. There, page number, tell me. Black Swan, page number 24. In this also it will be there. It's here, you see. This Oxford, page number 37. See, in that, locate in UP we have Dudhwa. Just locate it. Dudhwa. Dudhwa, which is a tiger reserve. See, in India, where and all one-horned rhinoceros is present means, in UP it is present, and then West Bengal it is present, and in Assam it is present. Kindly note it, very important. Only in 3 states, UP, West Bengal, and then Assam. In case of UP, it is located in Dudhwa Tiger Reserve. UPSC can ask you in match the following segment. In map-based questions, they usually will be asking you questions on National Park, Biosphere Reserves, Tiger Reserves usually. Periodically questions will come. So, in UP it is Dudhwa Tiger Reserve. Then coming next is West Bengal. In West Bengal we have 2. One is Jaldapara, second is Gorumara. See that? Jaldapara, second is Gorumara. Can you find it? Locate it. In that it's not there. Kindly mark it. Mark it and write one-horned rhino. There only, so that you can remember very easily. And in case of Assam, we have that is first is Pabitora, Pabitora Wildlife Sanctuary. Then we have in Orang Wildlife Sanctuary. Then we have in Manas National Park, and then in Kaziranga. See, all this can be asked in exam. In Assam, it is present in 4 places. That is in Pabitora Wildlife Sanctuary, Orang Wildlife Sanctuary, Manas, then Kaziranga. Kaziranga is the famous one. But it's also present in UP as well as in West Bengal. Kindly remember. And in neighboring country, Nepal also. Yes? Not there. You are not able to find means write it down. Later you go find it also. Yes? Very easy. It will be there. See, or else that's the reason I generally tell you to bring 2 atlas. One is Oxford, second is Orient Black Swan. Use both of that. Some will be given here, some will be present there. Fine? Yes? And coming to now rhino. So now we know where is the geographical location, how much it's the IUCN status. That is a condition in India is better compared to other countries. But we also have a concept called as rhino range countries. Kindly write it. Rhino range countries. So, rhino range countries includes totally 5 countries, that is India, Nepal, Bhutan, Malaysia, then Indonesia. Very, very important, write it. So, they are 5 countries, rhino range countries. So where rhinos are present in these 5 ranges, and also it's present in parts of Africa also, which we have discussed, African white and African black. But when we say rhino range countries, they have formed a group which includes only 5 major countries. Yes. Now coming here, now this rhino population, you will get the PPT, don't worry, no need to take photos and all. We will share you. We are getting the PPT, no, every week. Yes. Now these rhinos have some problems. See, now what we have understood is rhinos population are on a decrease. At least in India, it's in a much better state. The reason is because of better conservation. I will come to that. But before that, why rhino population is decreasing? First one, what we have seen is poaching. What do you mean by poaching? That is hunting. Hunting the wild animal mainly for medicinal purposes and for exporting it to other countries where it is in demand, especially foreign countries. In China, it is in huge demand. This is a horn of one rhinoceros. Yes. And second, because of habitat destruction. And third, why habitat destruction? Because of urbanization which is happening. Although rhinos are actually, we are keeping it as a protected animal within which one? National parks and tiger reserves in the country. We are also facing one side man-made factor is urbanization which are happening, pollution which are happening near the vicinity of this national park. Second is because of the climatic change which is an emerging problem. Climatic change is now as a emerging problem with respect to affecting the rhinos population. What they are saying is many countries in Africa, they are actually now, because of climatic change, they are experiencing more droughts, but Asia, it is experiencing more floods. So because of that, both of these events, rhinos are actually getting affected. Both of them will affect. If it is a more drought means, then their habitats will be destructed, because most of these rhinos habitat belongs to the grasslands. What is that location? Have you seen this image? See here, where they are actually located. See here, savanna means what? It is tropical grasslands. Especially go to African continent, physical map, you will see the savannas. In the central regions of Africa, we have especially rainfall which is bit very less compared to other areas. So those regions support the growth of tall grasses which are very nutritious. So that is referred as tropical grasslands or savannas. In African physical map, you are not able to locate savannas, savanna grassland. African physical. There present savannas. Yes, so it is in Africa. Then see here, most of them belongs to tropical grasslands only. Tropical forest and forest region or grassland region. So it requires this habitat. But what is the problem is, most of these habitats are getting destructed because of less rainfall or either excess rainfall. Both of this is destructing the habitat of rhinos. So now what we need to do is, we need to protect this. So we need better conservation measures. Better conservation measure, if you look at India, what and all we have done is, one is we have actually created rhino corridor. Where we have created means in the state of Assam. So the range where rhino population can go and feed, especially whatever it require inside the forest, we have now expanded the area, especially in Assam state. Second, we also have something called as Vision Rhino 2020. Vision Rhino 2020. That is, here we are actually planning to increase the rhino population to at least 3,000 by better conservation. We are trying to improve the population. And sometimes what we are doing is, we are also trying to translocate the rhinos from one region to other region, so that their population will expand, reintroduce in other areas of the country. So we are trying to do this. Along with that, we also have created one more thing is, write it, that is National Rhino Conservation Strategy. National Rhino Conservation Strategy. So these are the things we have done. We are doing in India so that rhino population is in a much better situation compared to which countries? Other rhino range countries compared to Nepal, Bhutan, Malaysia, Indonesia. Indian one-horned rhinoceros is in a better state. Is it fine? Yes? Now we'll try to solve this UPSC question which they have asked in exam. Yes? Although you cannot answer this question just by that, but at least you can eliminate it and get the answer. You have to use common sense. See this question. You are looking at here. Try to answer this. Huh? One-horned rhinoceros is naturally found in India only. Yes, I said it's found in other countries also, such as Nepal. Now what you can do, you can eliminate 3. Yes, so 3 is wrong, we got to know. Answer has to lie between 2. Now give the answer, which is correct. Huh? Yes? So, take a guess at least. I have narrowed down to 50% probability. How to take a guess? Everyone agree? Answer is correct. Answer is 1 only. When they have asked this question, just very recently, 4 years back only, not old question and all. Clear? Yes, where this question is picked from? Again from same newspaper current affairs only. They have not taken from NCERTs. You will have not the latest all the informations. NCERT will have some description about basic characteristics. You need to update it with current affairs. Is it fine? Environment will be purely current affairs. Economics in prelims and mains 50% will be current affairs. Science and tech purely it will be current affairs. Are you getting it what I am saying? International relations purely it will be current affairs. So current affairs is the key for you to clear this exam means which is more important. Current affairs. Out of 100 questions, 30 to 35 are asked only from current affairs segment. That's a dominating area compared to all the area, but it contains all the subjects. Yes. So now we will try to discuss now next topic. What is the third topic we have given? Understood? 2 topics what we have discussed. Any doubts? Huh? Yes, yes. Not because of grass. Actually, we wanted to introduce cheetahs only. We wanted cheetahs. It was available in India before, but its population went extinct because of poaching in the past. One kingdom will be there. We'll talk about that later separately, about the history of cheetahs, how it went extinct. Kings, they used to hunt this animal. So we wanted that pride. It was present, it was able to survive in Indian forest, but it went extinct. So we wanted to bring that animal. So it took the help of African countries. See, biodiversity is very important. Biodiversity, if you look at the environmental benefits which you are going to get, in front of that, the cost of which one? Other things are actually, it will not come into force before this. Because how much benefit you will get? Many animal species will be getting benefit if you could take this animal back and introduce in India. Are you getting it? That's what I said. One major benefit only, deers are now fully, what they are happening is, all herbivorous animal, they are eating all the grasses. And in the food chain, herbivore should be hunted by which animal? Carnivore. Then by omnivore. So we have a food chain, that is producers, consumers, yes, primary consumer, secondary, tertiary consumer, right? Food chain balance needs to be maintained for ecological balance. Otherwise, soil fertility, even forest fertility and ecological balance will get affected. The one side, one kind of herbivore population will be more. Carnivore, if it is not less, what will happen? There will be an imbalance in ecosystem with respect to plants, because now more deers are eating more grasses because of the increase in their bear population. If cheetahs were there, they would have maintained that balance in the nature. Are you getting it? Decrease in number of deers. See, that is a long process. See, cheetahs just it has now only it has given birth to a small one. One more cheetahs has born. That too we have introduced single digit only, no? How many cheetahs we have introduced? Very small. This will go on and all the deers in the country. See, that is not practically. If you see, when we say something, it happens in a mini school, not a overall population, and not all the deer will be in one area only. It's a big forest area, is it or not? So it balance will be maintained. That's what conservationists and natural, those who want to maintain this ecological balance, environmentalists, they know this to maintain the ecological balance. But we need to conserve the animal which are in less in population in India. Are you getting it? Which, because it's an extinct animal which we have introduced. Anyways, I will take the cheetah separately. Don't worry. Why you are bothered about cheetah this much? Uh, we'll come into that later. Yes. What is the third topic we have given? Vishwakarma scheme. It's a very small topic. PM Vishwa. See, this is a scheme which has been announced only this year. That's the reason we are discussing this. And just some 1 week back, our Prime Minister in the budget this year in January last month, that is February 1st, while presenting the budget, our Finance Minister said in the budget speech, we are coming out with a scheme to protect the traditional artisans, write it, traditional artisans plus craftspersons of the country. So for them only this scheme has been launched. And what is the time period of this scheme? Time period, it is from this year it has been started going to implement. That is 2023 to 24 to 2027 to 28. That is for a period of 5 years. This scheme is going to be there, and government has also allotted roughly around 13,000 crore. Number is not important. If you could remember, it's good. If you don't remember also, it's fine. Understand? Just because I don't go with the numbers logic. If you use your common sense, you can get answers very easily. Even Rhino question, do we know all the statements? Still we end up getting the answer or not? That is what you should use the common sense. In UPSC we have some elimination strategy also. How to approach the answer with the content, even though if you know less information also you can get answer in prelims. We use some strategies called as elimination strategy, common sense, inside exam hall. That is what you should look for. You cannot always remember all the datas, all animals. This year they might ask rhino. Next year they may come, or next month only elephant will come. Then tiger will come. Or you want to become a zoologist of India or what? That is not the requirement. UPSC knows what to ask. They have more common sense than all of us, but we should also try to develop that. Yes. Now coming here, this scheme is concerning two major categories: traditional artisans and craft persons. So actually this scheme has been now, it belongs to almost, it is extended for 18 sectors in India. That is 18 categories of people, not sector, 18 categories who are traditional artisans. We have identified it. You don't need to remember those 18 categories. Is it clear? That they will never going to ask you. Who are those people? Who are barbers who cut hairs, and then who do carpentry work. Yes, artisans who do tie making. Small these workers who was engaged in small this kind of industries. We have identified them because it is a skill which they are having. Now India wants to tap this talent of these people. So what we are doing is, with the help of these 18 categories, where skill can be passed from one generation to another. So what we are trying to do is, we are trying to motivate these people, especially traditional artisans and crafts persons. Government has announced some stipend for them. That is, people among these traditional artisans and craft persons, they can actually train the people. Is it clear? For training them, government is providing them 1,500 rupees, that is stipend. 1,500 rupees the stipend, and even it is also giving money, that is, it is giving up to 15,000 for toolkit incentive. Tool kit incentive. One more is there. They also give money to purchase some modern tools. Just wait it. We will see that numbers properly. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Yes, 500. Write it. 500 for skill training. What you have written? 1000, not 1500. 500 is given for stipend for skill training, and 15,000 for toolkit initiative, and 1,500 rupees will be given for purchasing modern tools. So overall, three kind of incentive system is provided. Whom it is provided? For the persons who are doing this skill training. For every person they are training them, government is giving them how much money? 500 rupees as stipend for providing that training. And they can also, for providing the training, they require tools, means they can purchase, and as a toolkit incentive also government is giving additionally 15,000 rupees. This is one thing. In addition to that, who is implementing this scheme? That can be a possible question in UPSC prelims. It's implemented by, that is, kindly write it, Ministry of MSME, and then Ministry of Skill Development, and then Ministry of Finance. So three ministries implement it. MSME Ministry, and then Skill Development Ministry, third is Finance Ministry. So around how much money they have allocated? 13,000 crore. Just have the number. In UPSC prelims, if the question comes, mostly they will not ask you such factual information. They will ask you generally who is the implementing ministry. They may come out with some other ministries to confuse you, or they may ask you the time period, or they may ask you how many sectors or how many categories of people are there. This can be the possible question in prelims. They will not ask you illogically, which you should remember to clear an IAS. That is, what is the quality of an IAS IPS is, what are the information which can be useful for administration, only those will be asked. So these are the things we are doing in PM Vishwakarma scheme. Now how this scheme will be implemented means, the persons who wanted to provide training under the scheme, they have to go to, in case of village we have Common Service Center. Common Service Center. What is this? Have you seen Common Service Center in your villages? Yes, they will go and do all this Aadhaar and all the digital services, which will be whichever service by government, land documents. Huh? Gram Bovana. Grama 1. Yes, so that is, in English we call them as Common Civil Service Center, that is CSC. This is generally located in villages where these traditional artisans and craft persons, they can go and register if you want to take part in the scheme by providing skill training. And one more benefit government is giving to these people who are engaged in this, that is, what they need to register is, they need to register with their identity, digital identity. So they need to submit their ID card and they have to register here. And government is also giving for them collateral free loan. What is collateral free? No securities are required for these people. How much government is giving means, it is giving 3 lakh rupees, 3 lakh, and the interest rate is 5%. It is a concessional interest rate. Market rate will be around 8 to 9% minimum. But for these people, government is, we wanted to promote these people, their industries, and we wanted to develop skill development in the country. For that only government is giving this incentive. That is a concessional loan. But 3 lakh will not be given all at a time. It will be given in two tranche. First tranche, first installment and second installment. So first installment they will give 1 lakh, and in second installment they will provide remaining money, 2 lakhs. So that is how this scheme is going to be operational in India, and it will be in till which time? 2027, for the next 5 years. So through this scheme we can look for some skill improvement can happen in India, and it will really benefit the traditional artisans, because now we are actually recognizing their value. Is it or not? And recognizing, not only we are recognizing, we are also, by giving loan to these people, when they start industries, when they actually engage in more production, now most of them are actually working in informal sector. Is it or not? What is informal sector? Any industry which is employing less than 10 people, it is informal sector. Generally they don't pay any, they don't register with the government. They don't give social security benefits to their workers, and they don't pay tax to the government properly. That is informal sector. But by providing loan, when they engage in production, government is looking for converting these people into the formal sector. So that is one benefit we are looking for. Second is we wanted to include them under the global value supply chain. Kindly write it. So they can also engage in exports. So by coming into formal sector, they can go and participate in global supply chain also, supplying for other countries also, all their skilled products which they are manufacturing. So it's a very good scheme, and this scheme will actually improve the, which one? Business climate also. Yes. So UPSC prelims, this can be expected. Especially in current affairs segment, if you see every year UPSC asks questions from government schemes. Minimum 5 questions will be there from government schemes. So under that, this can be asked because this is this year's scheme. That's why we are discussing. Yes, next topic. Completed, huh? Just remember the basic features, easy to remember. Not any big concepts is here. 18 sector, don't remember, don't even try. Just have a read, what are they? Yes? Yes? Which scheme? This scheme, huh? See, what we are doing is, people who are engaged in carpentry, barber, they have the skill over generation. We wanted them to pass this skill to other people, and we wanted to recognize them because they are in informal sector, and we wanted to make them come into formal sector as well as to provide skills to training to other people, so that lot of people can get employment in the country. How we do that? Government, what it is coming up with a plan is, for the next 5 years this scheme is going to be operational for 18 categories of such works in India. Yes, and what we are doing is, people who are engaging in this work, who are giving training to other people, for everyone they will give each person 500 rupees as a training stipend amount, the person who is giving training. And second, for giving training, they require any modern tools or toolkit, means we are also giving up to 15,000 rupees cash incentive. In addition to that, we are also giving, because we know that they are training other people, means they also have a skill. Yes, so government is giving some loan amount to them at very less interest rate, so that these people can use this money to produce more and export to other countries, and they can also pay tax to the government by participating as a formal sector rather than informal sector. Are you getting it now? Yes, everybody got it? Huh? Others? Any other doubt? Yes, next topic. Now you understood, no? Yes, next topic. Fourth one, na? Fourth topic, no? Yes? Huh? World Heritage Site. It's regarding Karnataka only. Very important. UPSC Art and Cultural segment. This UNESCO World Heritage Site always catches examiners' attention. Clear? So UNESCO World Heritage Site can be a possible question. All the topics we are taking is most important topics only we are taking and discussing for that matter. But what are the most important topics which can be expected, means every year in art and culture, these heritage sites you need to necessarily revise geographical indicators which are in news, which are recently coming in news, which are classified, you need to read. Yes, so now in India, recently we have included 2 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. 41 is Shanti Niketan. This is started in Birbhum district in Bengal, West Bengal. Who started it? Rabindranath Tagore. Even during mains this year they have asked this question about Tagore and Mahatma Gandhiji, their contribution to education, and one more is on nationalism. There also we have discussed about Shanti Niketan. Again you see the connectivity, how it's coming. Now it has become relevant. Now high chance they may ask you something related to Rabindranath Tagore's contribution in freedom struggle also. Because if you see, the most important contribution of Rabindranath Tagore is, what is that? He has wrote books such as, the most important one is Geetanjali. He is basically a poet come freedom fighter. Do you know that? He is also a poet. So as part of poet, he has contributed. The most important contribution is national anthem, Janagana Mana, national anthem. of India. Janana Mana. And another one is Bangladesh national anthem, that we say Amar Sonar Bangla. Amar Sona Bangla. That is the national anthem of Bangladesh. That was also written by Rabindranath Tagore only. So he is a poet come freedom fighter. His contribution during freedom struggle also, notable contribution is, if you see Rabindranath Tagore, in case of 1919, during the Jallianwala Bagh tragedy, he renounced his knighthood because he was awarded knighthood in some 1914 or 15, in 1915 actually, in the coronation. King George, when he came to India, he given a title to Rabindranath Tagore. That is, the title is 1915, they gave the title to Tagore is knighthood. He gave this title back to the Britishers when in the 1991 Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So with respect to history in mains examination on personality segment, this year, that's coming year I am telling, Rabindranath Tagore is going to be important because this is the 41st, which one? UNESCO World Heritage Site, which has been classified, and generally these UNESCO World Heritage Sites are classified based on three categories. One is natural category, second is cultural category, third is mixed category. And India have, in all these categories, we have UNESCO heritage sites in India. So overall it is now 42nd with the addition of which one? Hosala's temple, that is in Belur, Halabid and Somnathpur. I will come to that next. That is the 42nd addition. 41st is Shanti Niketan. The most important concept in Shanti Niketan is, it is a concept of living in harmony with nature. I have discussed this in GS paper 1 discussion also. So what Rabindranath Tagore did is, while opening the school, the education should be conducted in open air environment and in harmony with nature, and the education should give priority to which one? Most important quality is human values. He talked about a concept, something called as holistic education. What is holistic education? Education should develop intellectual ability, mental, emotional, all components should be developed. So why they gave recognition to the Shanti Niketan mainly means, it is a big campus. It contains lot of trees, and inside that currently we have Vishwa Bharati University. Vishwa Bharati University. It is also present. So here what they promote is, the idea of this school and campus here is, they promote excellent human values. And then what are the important human values it promote is universal brotherhood. And it also has best architecture inside the campus. Especially the natural part is very attractive, they say. What attractive means? For attractive for doing spiritual activities, especially meditation. That is the reason, initially who identified this campus means Rabindranath Tagore's father, Debendranath Tagore. He identified the spot. And then Rabindranath Tagore, he did the other activities. So what they promote is their concept of universal brotherhood and holistic education. And in that, education should be done in a manner, in a better environment, in which is happening in open air. Is it clear? Yes. So with respect to Rabindranath Tagore, generally this year questions can be expected, mostly in mains exam. Is it clear? Next one, let's go to the 42nd one. That is 42nd UNESCO World Heritage Site. So this is given to which one? Belur, Halbiduva, Hali, what is the spelling? L-E, Aidan, H-E, tell me, H-L-E-B, E-E-D-U, Halibidu, okay, Halibidu. Belur, Halibidu, another place is Somnathpur. So the temples, what are the temples which are located? Tell me. Channakeshwara temple. Channakeshwara temple here. At Halabedu it is Hoshaleshwara temple. Oh, spelling I am not getting. What is how you spell Hoshaleshwara? H-O? Y? S-A-L-A-Va? Hoshaleshwara. Okay, you write it. Then at Somnathpur it is Kesava temple. So these temples, so these three temples have been included now in the UNESCO World Heritage Site. But if you see in Karnataka, before this, we already have two important World Heritage Sites. What are they? One is Hampi Temple Complex we have. Yes, second one is Pattadakkal. Hampi and Pattadakkal. Already two heritage sites are there. This is a third edition in Karnataka. Again in KS exam if you are appearing or any banking, any government exams, this will be asked. Very important for your state government exams also. Go and read in detail about the Hosaleshwara dynasty also. Yes? You have studied during school time you would have studied, no? Huh? Yes. Now coming to Channakeshwara temple. So Channakeshwara temple is which one? Who constructed it? It was constructed by King Vishnuvardhan. Vishnuvardhan. So what temple it is? Shiva temple or Vishnu temple? It is Vishnu temple. Kindly write it. Anything can be asked with respect to the temple. That's the reason we are giving some basic idea for you. Especially art and architecture this year, in your coming mains or prelims exam, art and architecture they will ask questions especially related to this temple architecture they can ask you question. I will try to discuss that also, some basics. You would have studied in NCERT classes, art and culture. The kinds of temple architecture, Nagara, Dravidian and Vesera. The temple complex here, all of them they belong to a category called as Vesera style of architecture. This is a mix of, that is we have another two categories of temple architecture. One is Nagara, another is Dravidian. So Nagara is a temple architecture, it's present in northern India, and Dravidian temple architecture predominantly in South India. The mix of both of this is a Vesara style which is located during these regions. These temples belong to, in Karnataka we have more Vesara style architecture. Yes. So Hosaleshwara temple, this is a Shiva temple. Shiva temple. On these temple walls, we are having scenes of Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Bhagavata Purana. So these epics are actually mentioned in the temple walls at Halabedu in Hosaleshwara temple. So which is a Shiva temple. And Kesava means it is a Krishna temple. It is a Krishna temple. Krishna is actually represented in three forms here. That is Krishna as represented as Kesava, Venu Gopala, and one more name is there. What is that? Somnathapura. What is that? You don't know why? You have not visited these temples, being in Karnataka. Why? In here only, no? From Bengaluru, 3 hours. Nobody is from these places. Huh? Kindly go and visit. You visited? Yes? So how is this temple? Tell us some. Which is one temple is here star shaped. Which is that? Star shaped. Yes? Twin shine is there, I think. For Shiva temple, that is twin shine. Shiva is represented, twin shine is there in this. So try to look at the architecture. What is the homework for you is go to home, look at the temple images. At least if you have not visited, I would advise you in this coming within 1 year, kindly visit this temple. But not remembering. Now you go. Now if you visit means you will have the curiosity to learn from UPSC examination perspective. We would have looked at it as tourist perspective. Yes. So Krishna is here represented in three forms. Kindly remember. One among them is Keshava form. That's why it is called as Keshava temple at Somnathpur. Yes. So one more thing related to this temple architecture question can also be asked in exam. So let's try to discuss some basics of Nagara and temple architecture. That is, what are the basic difference between Nagara and Dravidian style of temple architecture? Just tell me the points. It is present in North India. This is present in South India. Then Nagara temple architectures, generally if you see the Sigara is the Gopura. We say Gopura, they say Sigara in North India. That Sigara will be in, like generally it will be in a curvilinear form, that Sigara. But South India, it will be generally in a pyramid. It will be generally in a pyramidal form. Yes, so it's curve linear, it is pyramidal form. And second, one more thing what they say is, in South Indian temples we have mandapa, which will not be generally located in Nagara temple. So no mandabas here. Here presence of mandapa will not be there, no? Yes, mandabas. Then one more thing is, in case of Nagara temples, generally there will not be any boundary wall. What is boundary wall? Temples, even when anybody visited North India, you have not crossed Karnataka, va? How many of you have not crossed Karnataka? Huh? Only one. Others have crossed. You have visited any North Indian states? Those temples will be very unique. How it will be means, it will not have any boundary wall and all. Our Hindu temples, if you visit here also, we have Shiva temple, no? Here more supermarket nearby. Go on there. We will have a temple. Generally, we will have a boundary wall, which will be missing in case of Nagara temples. So no boundary walls here. Here boundary walls will be present. So these are some basic difference. Even we have many differences. Some basic core difference we have given here. So the mix of both Nagara and Dravidian architecture is Vesara style, which is generally observed in these temples at Belur, Halibidu and Somnathpur. Belur. Okay, fine. Pronunciation, it's not coming for me. Yes. So next one, what is the next topic? And one more thing related to UNESCO, one more thing you write it. UNESCO, actually its headquarters is located, it is founded in 1972, right? And it is headquartered is in Paris, that is France. So its main thing is it protects the educational, it is an United Nations educational, scientific and cultural organization. So it protects the educational and cultural values in the world. So it allots funds through these World Heritage sites. What they do, they are trying to identify the most important sites which are in danger. Why? Because even that Kesava temple I discussed, at Somnathpur, the main ideal, Krishna ideal is actually not there, it seems now. It is missing. Actually Krishna is present in 3 statue form, but one main ideal of the temple, main shrine of the temple Kesava is not there. So we need to protect these monuments. That is the reason already archaeological department is doing with the help of concept called protected monuments of India. But when you classify these monuments in World Heritage Site under UNESCO, UNESCO will give extra funds to manage these activities and extra rules will be followed. That like near these temple complexes, you should not do any industrial activities, pollution, so many restrictions are there that will promote the preservation of these monuments better. So now go to the next topic, 5th one, 5th or 6th? What is the topic? Very important again. PM Vani, that is Prime Minister's Wireless Access Network Initiative. We will again, anyhow, we will verify that abbreviation. Prime Minister's that is Prime Minister Wireless Network Initiative. Access to Network Initiative. Yes, see here, what is that? Prime Minister's Wi-Fi Access Network Interface, not initiative, interface. PM Vani means PM Wi-Fi Access Network Interference. PM Wi-Fi Network Access Interface. Clear? That is not they are going to ask you. They might ask these kind of small silly things in banking exam, SSC exam. When it comes to UPSC, they will not ask these small things. This scheme actually, Basically, as the name says, it is a scheme mainly to create Wi-Fi hotspots. It will create Wi-Fi hotspots where means in remote and rural areas of the country. So this scheme, when it was started, means it was actually started in 2020 only. Already it's in functional. Then why sir we are discussing means now it has made some progress and some articles came in the last 1 week. In the Indian Express, I think this article came related to the evaluation of the PM Vani scheme, because what they are saying is this PM Vani scheme is very important component of government of India's digital protection infrastructure, that is digital protection infrastructure. I will come to this topic. At the end of this, I will discuss this DPI concept, which is also very important. You remember in GS paper 3, we have discussed the status of digitalization in India. This year in mains, there was a question. You remember? Yesterday we have discussed. Not too long and all. Forget it, huh? Yesterday we have discussed a question on the status of digitization in India. That time, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, we have discussed that UPI, Aadhaar, various, even you have said that digital, what is that document? What is that? DigiLocker you said, remember, we discussed that question. Content for that question can be picked from this scheme also, because this scheme is to improve the rural digital connectivity in India. Is it clear? What we are trying to do in this scheme is, we are trying to provide hotspots. With the help of these hotspots, people can access internet connectivity in village areas. How we are able to do means, that is under PM Money. We are actually trying to create some 4 components. One is, that is public data office, that is PDO. Then public data, write it very important, this one, aggregators, PDOA. So we require these 2 people, and then we require app developers, and we also require central registry. So these are the most 4 important pillars of PM Money scheme. Idea is to create Wi-Fi connectivity, hotspot. Wi-Fi you are going to create. How we are going to create? With the help of these 4 pillars. That is public data office. Second is public data office aggregators. Third is app developers. Fourth is central registry. Yes, written. Now let's try to learn. See, what is the concept first you understand. What is the main objective of the scheme is, this is going to change the total digital climate, digital inclusion in India. What they are saying is, it will completely change. It has a very good vision and practicality also. What is the practicality means? Now even small tea shop owner, kirana walas, vegetable shop guys, they can also participate in the scheme. Why means, for participating, they can also participate as what? As public data office. What that means? These are the persons who will buy internet, broadband with. They will buy from these aggregators. These people will have, they will provide the authorization and that is authorization work and accounting work. So how much data we are giving them, at what cost, all this will be given. So these PDOs are the people. Who are these people? These are the people who are engaged in getting the broadband from these public data office aggregators, and through that they will sell it to the people. How? They will create an hotspot. People whoever require it, they can buy from them. Is it clear? So it will promote digital inclusion. What do you mean by inclusion? We are including all the unconnected areas in the country through internet connectivity. That is one thing. And the third thing is app developer. Here, for creating this Wi-Fi, we require an app. Is it clear? How means it will be a public hotspot. When you want to purchase, we require a medium, an app to enter the, that is a registration you need to do for entering in that app. So for that we require app developers also. Is it clear? And the final one is central registry. These are the people who will have the data regarding all these people. Who are these people? PDO, PDOA, and how many app developers are there in the country. These data, and they will be maintained under, that is central registry. Currently it is, we have the Center for Telematics in India. Center for Telematics. This is the center which is now maintaining central registry in India. This scheme is already in operational. I will show the status of the scheme also. We have some facts. It has now covered almost, so many people are actually already participated in the scheme, and village people are now getting internet connectivity at a very lesser and affordable cost. Only how much they want, that much time they can use it, and they can pay to the small, like you have AT, you can use internet also. Is it clear? Are you getting it? What is the idea behind the scheme? But what is the problem they are saying is, now people are using internet through mobile phones also. Is it or not? But for using mobile phone internet, the problem is, see, here you need to pay, you need to have telecom, that is internet, the telecom tower coverage has to be there. Second, it is now costly in India. Which one? Mobile internet connectivity. Compared to that, what people are experts are saying is, under PM Wani scheme, it is a decentralized scheme where these people who are registering, the tea shop walas and then vegetable vendors and kirana walas, all these retail shop uncles who wanted to participate in the scheme, they can participate by, they don't need to do any registration. Kindly write it. No registration is required. No licensing is required. And they don't need to pay any fees to Department of Telecommunication also. To no one it is required. But if you see mobile telecom companies, Airtel, Aircel, when they wanted to operate in India, they require license to operate, and they need to pay a licensing fee to government of India. But under this scheme, to provide internet connectivity, anybody can do. Anybody can become an internet Wi-Fi user or Wi-Fi provider in India now with this scheme. Why? We can, or if you are interested in this business, you can also buy a broadband, that is from these aggregators. You can buy the like better bandwidth, and you can provide to the people at an affordable and competitive cost. Because of that, village people will have, rather than depending on costly network, this will be affordable and it will be inclusive. Are you getting it? So this is the main advantage of PM Wani scheme. Now we will discuss about digital, what is this? Digital public infrastructure. What I said that time, protection, it is digital public infrastructure, DPI. DPI. The concept of DPI, it involves only three things. That is, it involves flow of people, it involves flow of money, and it involves flow of information. So it involves flow of three things. Digital public infrastructure. Indian government is one among the few countries in the world to come out its own version of digital public infrastructure, which is called as India Stack. Kindly write it, very, very important. In the world, if you see in many parts of the world, private companies only have developed this future. But in India, our government, regarding to improve the digital infrastructure in our country, we have implemented this plan, which is called as digital public infrastructure, where it involves three things. There is a flow of people. How flow of people means, what we will do is, here for this what we have created is a digital identity in India. How the people's information will be verified, that is by Aadhaar. And then the flow of money. How the flow of money is happening in India today with the creation of UPI, that is United Payment Interface, UPI apps. So we have Aadhaar, which will verify Unified Payment Interface, Unified Payment Interface. So we have Aadhaar, which will verify the individual's biometric details and individual identity. Second, we have created UPI, which is a payment process that will transfer the money. Transferring people, and transferring here what information? Data exchange solutions. So data exchange solutions, data exchange which will be shared here, this will be done by in India DEPA, Data Empowering Protection Authority. DEPA, DEPA, that is Data Empowering Protection Authority, that organization is dealing with. So this is a plan which we have created. So now people can easily transfer this using this system under the digital public infrastructure. We are trying to build the system using various apps. So identity, we have government has created Aadhaar. So Aadhaar information is enough to open bank account and lot of things now. And using that, you can also do UPI transfer, payment process. So we have integrated this system. In the world countries, in the world if you see, many countries have not done. But India is one of the few countries which we have done, and mostly private companies only have done in the world. And the concept is called India Stack. Is it clear, everyone? Yes? See, in UPSC, with respect to digitalization, questions are always now coming more frequently in UPSC exam, because this current government at the center, they are giving maximum focus to digital infrastructure in India. So all the time this question is going to catch the examiner's attention, this topic. So kindly remember this. They can ask you some concepts related to that. So what are the three things it involves? Flow of people's information, that is their identity will be verified using Aadhaar, and then transferring real-time payment system can be done in UPI, and then any extra data information which they wanted to transfer, that will be done and maintained using, accounts will be maintained under Data Empowering Protection Authority. Is it clear? Yes. Next topic. India Canada relation. Yes. Before that, we will solve some practice question which I have taken. That is UPSC which they have asked. One more question. This temple architecture. See here. Answer this. Very easy only. You can answer it. Nowadays, don't expect this much silly easy question. Huh? This also you need 5 minutes time to answer. See, in UPSC exam, some questions will be dead easy question. At least like this 3 to 5 question every year will be there. For those questions, don't take 25 minutes to answer. Kindly identify less than a minute and mark the answer and more. While reading the question only, we know what is that temple architecture. Search for that and mark the answer and go. Is it or not? Yes. Now we can't expect this trend. Now the trend has changed in UPSC exam. So I also came out with some practice questions for you on India-Canada relation, because this topic, although it has become now politically it is going. With respect to UPSC exam, today it might be a hard burning issue, but the examiner will be setting question in a calm and relaxed manner next year. That time this issue will catch his attention or not, no one will know. So that is the reason I don't want to give more priority to this topic. Although it's frequently in news, with respect to UPSC, its relevance is very, very less. That is, what is the role of Indian diaspora and its impact? That is, with respect to the recent relationship, what effect it will have on Indian diaspora? That can be a possible mains question. Yes. So now before that, what has happened to the Indian-Canadian relation? First is, it all started some months before only. Yes. What happened? So go to Canada map, Canada. Before that, we will study some features about Canada. Then we will come to this issue, Khalistan and other issue. Yes. Which many of you might be aware and would have followed the news. So I will fast forward it. That's the reason I have taken this topic later, not at the instantly. Yes, go to Canada. See, Canada is actually having various states. There is a Alberta state is there on the western coast of Canada. On the western coast of Canada, can you locate Alberta? State is there. Vancouver, a city, Vancouver is there at least. You will be having Vancouver city as well as Vancouver Island. Huh? Mark that Vancouver. That Sikhs are more very active. Our Indian Sikh population, if you see in the world, after Punjab, the highest number of Sikh population is present in Punjab only, they are saying. Sorry, not in Punjab, in Canada they are saying. They started resettling in Canada long time before only. Even during the Indian freedom struggle movement, many of these extremist people who are extremist category in the freedom struggle, they went and some of them they went and resided in Canada, USA, and some European countries also. And in that, majority of them are from Punjabi Sikhs also, and they involve in that time they were extremist category. Now they come under the, some of them who support this, they come under the category of terrorist also, as per our government's classification, because the issue which is coming, what they are asking for is concerning and affecting the sovereignty and security of India. Now coming to Canada, can you look at Vancouver city? Then Vancouver Island is also there nearby. That is different, this is different. Says Vancouver is a city, kindly remember. And in Vancouver Island you will have a city called Victoria. Is it there? Victoria. Yes, just mark it. Mark it. Now coming here, coming to Canada. Canada, what it is famous for means, Canada is actually famous for lot of uranium resources. Uranium resources, and it is also supplying lot of, that is, Canada comes under which category of forest region? Do you know that? Geography, I think you would not have gone up to that much deep. Coniferous forest, you know, in we say tundra and taiga category. Another category is there. So most of the tundra forest, that is coniferous forest, will be located in this region. And coniferous forest, a lot of them can be used in paper and pulp industry. They do lot of lumbering activities in Canada. What is lumbering? It will be like a frozen, always ice will be there. They will cut the trees, and mostly these coniferous trees, and they will be used in plenty lot in paper industry. And they supply lot of paper also. So for manufacturing paper, the raw material is supplied from Canada to India. We are now dependent on them. And Canada is also very much important because of the presence of lot of Sikhs population. Lot of Sikhs population who are actually Indian diaspora community. Some of them have actually got the Canadian citizenship also. Most of them, not some of them. Yes. So, and Canada is also important for India, for its, for Indians especially, for the Indian diaspora, it is relevant in two areas. One is for students. In many Indian students, they actually go to Canada for their higher education, PG courses. That is, in that way it is relevant for India. Second, Canada is also important for the IT sector people working employees, because many of them, they are actually getting employed in Canada or USA, which is an attractive destination, and salary is also very high with respect to Indian terms of salary. So they get attracted to these countries like Canada, USA. And what is India doing means, India on its part, India is actually, if you see, India is exporting to Canada. What are the products means? Pharma products, that is drug, lot of medicines, because India is the, Chennai is the medical tourism capital of India, and India is also known for manufacturing lot of drugs at a very cost effective manner. So we are able to export pharma products to Canada, and we are also exporting iron and steel. And more than that, we are exporting goods and services. More than that, the people. Yes. So people are important now. But what category of people are important is also very relevant here. It doesn't mean Indian diaspora, we need to support all their issues. Because the problem now what has come is, it all started with the G20 summit. Before that only this year, 2-3 months back especially, what happened is, Indira Gandhi's assassination day, actually which came this year, that was actually celebrated, and many people in Canada, they came as a public protest. They participated in a protest where they showed some banners which supported and celebrated the assassination of Indira Gandhi. So first, India said a strong condemnation to Canada, saying that those activities should not be encouraged in Canadian soil. because this is something which is against Indian interest. So we called their country, and we actually openly, our foreign minister Jaishankar is showed an strong condemnation. First. Second, what they did is, in the protest only, they actually took the Khalistan flag and they went and hoisted in the embassy, that is Indian embassy. So it sent a very bad image for India. And later what we did is, we actually personally, bilaterally, India also communicated. When means the G20 summit, where it happened this year. So G20 summit which happened in New Delhi this year, Canadian president is president only, no, Justin Trudeau, like a kid is looking, no, yes, his actions are also, they are criticizing like that only, because India and Canadian relationship, it has a very historic relation. Starting soon after India's independence in 1947, we started our bilateral relationship. We have a very long way to go. And even today, if you see, Canadian economy is actually dependent on Indian students who are going and studying there. Why means, an average Indian student, actually he at least spends 30 to 40 lakhs minimum to just study 2 years of PG course in Canada. And whatever that extra money which is paid by him, it is actually used, that is a major source of, one of the major source of revenue for Canadian government. And now they also cannot say no to Indian students who come in large number every year. Why Indian students go there? Because they feel that after doing a PG course, getting employment over there is very easy and salary is very high, and they wanted to settle over there. Is it clear? So this is something which is happening for a long period of time, and we have a very good relationship with Canada regarding this. But now in the G20 summit, when it happened, when the Canadian president who came to India on the sidelines of G20 summit, kindly understand, not in the main meeting, in the sidelines we called the Canadian president, and our Indian Prime Minister conveyed to him very clearly, why are you encouraging anti-Indian slogans and protest in Canadian soil? So that thing we have seriously conveyed to them, first thing. And but parallelly what happened was, so after this conveying to him, so he was about to, after the meeting is over, he wanted to go to where? Canada, right? So his jet actually had some engine issue, some problem happened, and he was the flight journey was delayed by 2 days. But immediately our Indian government called him and offered him to go in our Indian flight, our government of India's flight, but which Canadian president declined it, and he stayed in a hotel for 2 days in India, 48 hours without speaking to anyone after the meeting with Indian Prime Minister. So what happened? They say that meeting happened, discussions happened regarding this, but nobody knows the real thing. But after that, soon after this, 48 hours of his house arrest, which he himself made as an house arrest, because he did not come or he did not meet the media. Indian government was offering him a flight to go to Canada, but he waited for their Canadian flight to come here, and then he went. So after landing in Canada, he went to the parliament, I think in the last 3 days, September 15th or 16th, the day, just 3-4 days back, he addressed the Canadian parliament. That time, he came out with a very strong allegation. What he said is, what is the name of the terrorist? What is that? Sirajan Pal Nijjara. Siraj Pal Nijjara, something it is. Siraj Pal Nijjar. So he is a person who actually was most demanded in India for his past terrorist actions in India. Already he is in the demanded list, and India has conveyed to Canada to send this person to where? To India, extrajudicial, that is extraterritorial extradition. Extradition has to be done from Canada to India, because he is facing criminal case in India and he is in demand. And what happened is, Canadian government never responded to Indian demand regarding this, surrendering this person. And this person was one of the key person behind raising this issue of Khalistan movement. That is Khalistan issue. This is an issue which has its long history in India. I will come to that, because this issue has been present even the time of India's independence. So I will come to that discussion later. But now focusing on this issue, so what the Canadian President said is, he said that there is an involvement of That is what happened is this terrorist, he came out of the temple one day, and some two persons came in mask. They could not identify who are the person, and they killed him and went. They shot him and went, and then they came to know he is the person who is demanded by Ra. Actually, not Ra, by the Indian government. And what the Canadian president, soon after India's G20 visit, he said in parliament is that there was a strong he said that there is a strong involvement of Indian agency Ra behind which one? Behind the killing of this person, and it has catched the national attention of Canada, not only national attention as well as the global attention. Why? Because it's some other country's territory, and if we are operating extraterritorial killings means then it requires some accountability, is it or not? So many countries, they actually were in a position that time to criticize India. Then India showed its response to them. India showed its stand. What it told is to these countries is, see, he is not what to say, he is not Mahatma Gandhiji. For that reason, is not any big notable leaders who fighted for good cause or honest cause. Is already a terrorist who has been in demand in India. And second, allegation is different, having evidence and speaking is different. That too, representing a country at the highest level, coming out with a statement without having proper evidence and accusing, that telling like other countries, their agencies are responsible for killing in their country, will affect the two countries relationship, is it or not? But still he made it. Why he made it? Why? Any idea? You followed the newspaper or not? All these are happening, and followed by this, soon after this, what happened? After the Canadian president's speech, the Canadian government came out with a statement that they are expelling the Indian ambassador from Canada. Yes, this is not the first time Canada is doing, for that matter. Already things like this happened before also. And India also responded that we are now smaller than you. We are also expelling your country's ambassador. First it started with that. Second, what they did, Canada said that this month actually we were about to have a trade policy review meeting. That is a very important meeting, because bilaterally between India and Canada, we are doing trade around $8.2 billion. So this much amount of trade is happening already. Both the countries, they actually get crucial resources from each other. Now what is happening is, now Canadian government has holded or cancelled this, which one? Trade policy review meeting, followed by the expulsion of the ambassador. And now today's or yesterday's update is, now they have banned our RSS organization. I think that's a good move among the things what they have done. So because it is also doing activities against religious lines. But anyhow, on these lines, now the relationship has came to a stage where now both the countries are having a very bitter relationship. But what that is not is going to be important. What is going to be very important is, because of these temporary misunderstandings or controversies between these countries, what will happen is, it will affect our relationship in various other sectors. What are the other sectors we have? That is economic. That is economically our trade will be affected, and our security issues will be compromised. Why it will be compromised? Because both Canada and USA, they also have various international bilateral cooperation where they have agreed to take strong actions against international terrorism. Now, due to this dispute, now they cannot coordinate on that. Not only that, even they have on environment also, they have various agreements related to promoting or reducing the impact of climatic change. So all this will come to a standstill now. Is it clear? So this is something which is happening parallelly, but the background behind this issue, who is the person that the terrorist who has been shot or killed now, he belongs to a like organization which is demanding something called as Khalistan. What is Khalistan? What is this Khalistan issue? Any idea? See, this issue started soon after independence. After India's independence, we had, our Indian government had the responsibility to that is segregate the states in India based on the category of language. Is it or not? That was a criteria we agreed. And while classifying these states on the basis of language, So we have classified, there was a state of Punjab. So Punjab actually has been trifurcated into 3 states. One is Himachal Pradesh, second is Haryana, and then Punjab. So this has been done in 1966. So, but that time only there was a demand from these Punjab people that they should be given more autonomy. Yes, but that has been told very openly in that is the party which has won the elections is Akali Dal party, which is a dominant party which represents the interest of the Sikhs in Punjab. Now what happened is, in 1973, at the Gurudwara, they have the Golden Temple, Gurudwara. Anybody here visited Golden Temple? Amritsar? Yes? Yes, even I have visited. It was very good. And even in Punjab, we have Attari Waha border also. Yes, where we do trade, that is trade activities with Pakistan also. Yes, even during this Republic Day, Independence Day celebration, you would have seen in TVs that army people parade, they will be doing, up to this much level, they will raise the leg, Yes, they could do that along the Wagha border, Wagha Attari border. But this Golden Temple, which is located at Amritsar, in 1973, what happened is, they passed a resolution which is called as Anandpur, kindly wrote it, very important, Anandpur Sahib resolution. This is the most controversial resolution, because this Anandpur Sahib resolution, in that what they demanded is, they demanded a creation of, that is the state of Punjab should be given autonomous category. Autonomous means some decisions should be taken independently, that is for the Punjab state. So Punjab should be given autonomous decision making power. Second, in some areas of Punjab, in some parts of areas of Punjab, they should be given the liberty or freedom to form a separate state also, if they wish. So some regions within Punjab, they can come out and they can form a separate state. That independence should also be given. And the third thing, in Anandpur Sahib resolution, they also requested, that is the Akali Dal party especially, what they actually requested is that Punjab should be given, and they should be able to give an independent constitution should be formed. They should be for the state. For whom? Independent constitution for state of Punjab, that we should allow them to create. So it's something, it is like on secession lines. Is it or not? What do you mean by secession? Separation from India. The demands looks like that. Does it looks like that or not? No. So that it became very controversial during that time. But later, if you see, these demands did not come on a consistent stage. Anandpur Sahib resolution was controversial. But after that, all this, for implementing this Anandpur Sahib resolution, that is Jarnail Singh Bhindarwale. Jarnail Singh Bhindarwale. He was the person who was actually demanding the implementation of Anandpur Sahib resolution during the time period of 80s, especially during 1984. He started protesting. Where he started protesting? At the Golden Temple inside Amritsar. Not only that, he actually assembled a group of people and he told he will not come out of this temple and till the Anandpur Sahib resolution is implemented. And upon that, what they did is, they also raised slogans for the demand of Khalistan issue. That is when our Prime Minister of India during that time, who was it? Indira Gandhi. What she did is, she launched Operation Blue Star. So this was launched to, that is, people, lot of army and police, they went inside the Golden Temple and they evacuated that people inside the temple. For that, the Sikhs got angry and later they assassinated our Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi also. Yes, and again later, if you see that, again when Rajiv Gandhi became the Indian Prime Minister, he again did some operation Thunderbolt. That operation is called Operation Thunderbolt. This was done in 1986 and 88. So he was Prime Minister till 1989. So Rajiv Gandhi also continued that because he wanted to take revenge again. Now, because of all this history, bad history, a bitter history which we have, again, see after this, many of the people of Punjabis who are demanding a separate state, that is, separate state that which is called as Khalistan by the name, even today which they are demanding. The problem with that is, the demand of their state also includes parts of India plus parts of Pakistan. Why? In Pakistan they have Nankana Sahib. Kindly write it. Nankana Sahib, this is a Gurudwara where Guru Nanak, that is the father of Sikhism, they consider, he is born in this particular place, that is this Gurudwara, near this, that is Nankana Sahib. And Sikhs, they consider this as their important pilgrimage site. And even today, it is actually located in where? Pakistan only. And many Sikhs are allowed to go there and worship and come back across the border. Yes? Have you seen that? So this we have done in the last 5-6 years only. We have promoted better people to people relation. Yes. So Guru Nanak. Now what is the problem? So this history is there. This history is there, but it was silent for some time. After this assassination and followed by intense government Operation Thunderbolt, this issue subsided. But very recently, in Punjab, a minister, is a minister actually, he came and he started igniting the demand for Khalistan issue again, and that is the reason this Khalistan issue started rising, and demand for Khalistan state has also been always occurring where? In the Canadian region. Are you getting it? So India is very much particular about this issue because it is going to affect India's international image as well as the internal security issue. And most important thing what India is feeling is that the involvement of these people, it will affect the Indian-Canadian relationship also. Because of this, because we have a better, more than everything, we have a better trade relationship between India and Canada, which might get affected, and our Indians who are studying in Canada and IT employees who are working in where? Canada, they might get affected. But as of now, if you see the update is Canadian government, even Indian various experts, what they are saying is Canadian government will not do anything which is affecting the entry of Indians in where? Canada, because they are dependent on that. Their economy is dependent on that. But if they restrict the Indians means also, it is not going to be a surprise for India. Is it clear? So for you to practice, I have given you a question. So write answers for this question in your home. Note it down. Discuss the role of Indian diaspora in shaping India-Canada relations. What is the most important thing you have to write? Say whether what role they are playing. Positive role, negative role, mixed role, larger role, minimal role, active role, dormant role, extinct role, no role, neutral role, optimistic role, pessimistic role. At least any one among these you mention in your answer so that you address the question. Are you getting it? How you interpret, how you come up with points, that is your thing. But since the question is discussed, kindly do in the structure of answer what should be done. Way forward should not be missed. Kindly do answer writing on this. We will try to look into that. Maybe you can submit with us. We'll evaluate and give you. Kindly work on this. You can write no answers from the content what we have discussed. Include some other points also. Huh? Visa procedure is also now suspended. Now Indians, yes, not Indians, Canadians who wanted to come to India, their visas has been suspended by India, and the business to business interaction will get affected. And Canadian companies, many of them are already more than 400 companies are operating in India. Even that also, we don't know what is the condition which is going to happen in the coming days. So the trade and economic relation is going to be affected the most. Yes. Now next topic. What's the final topic? Which one? Azerbaijan Armenian issue. Very important. Azerbaijan Go to the map, Central Asia, Azerbaijan, Armenian issue. Central Asian map. Before that only we have discussed Central Asian countries when in some context we have discussed. Middle East corridor, go there. What are the Central Asian countries we have discussed? Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and neighboring countries you see, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan. Is it there? Yes, what is the capital of Azerbaijan? Baku, mark it. Armenian capital? Helsinki, no, Finland is Helsinki. Armenia? Huh? Yerevan, Yerevan, mark it. See, what is the one thing you need to understand is, Armenian, it is a Christian, it is a area with Christian majority. It is a area with Christian majority. Azerbaijan is an area with Muslim majority. First you should understand this. Clear? The ethnic population in Azerbaijan is majorly Muslim. But when it comes to Armenian, it is majorly Christian. So there is a religious dispute also which is there behind this problem. And upon that, there is a territorial dispute. What is a territorial dispute means? That is, if you take this is Azerbaijan. See, in the Azerbaijan, we have this border, this is Armenia. Now, we have a region that bordering between Azerbaijan and Armenia, but actually that region is located within Azerbaijan only. What is that region? Spell that. NAGARNOKRBAKH. Kindly write it. Already last year, this year, not last year, in 2023 prelims, this question was asked already. Again they may ask. Again they may ask you, because it's again in news now. It's a controversial region or disputed region between Azerbaijan and Armenia. What is the controversy is, this is an area, see, first one thing what you need to understand is, all these, many of the Central Asian countries were previously part of Soviet Union, USSR. And USSR only, it has created this region, that is Nagorno-Karabakh. This region was created in 1920s only. Is it clear? Later what happened is, after that, see here, this that is Nagorno-Karabakh region which is present inside which one? Azerbaijan region. But Azerbaijan is which one? Muslim majority region. But here majority are Christians. So these people of this region, they attach themselves with Armenia more rather than Azerbaijan. Because of that, what they did is, they started demanding for more autonomy in their area. And later they said that officially they have passed some referendum in the 1970s and 80s where they said that they are joining with Armenia. Are you getting it? Because of that, a warlike scenario also happened between Azerbaijan and Armenia in the past. And even very recently, in 2016 also, a four-day war was fight between these two countries, Azerbaijan and Armenia. So it is a very historical problem. Not today, it has been there starting from 1920s. So added to territorial dispute, there is a inbuilt which one? Religious dispute also there. Because of this religious dispute, if you see internationally, Armenia majority is which one? Christian. Now Armenia is supported by Russia. Russia is supporting Armenia on this particular territorial dispute. And for Azerbaijan, USA is supporting, Pakistan is supporting, Turkey is supporting, because all are majority Muslim countries, they are supporting them. And even for that matter, China is also supporting them only. But India is with this side. India is supporting Armenia on this issue. Are you getting it, what I am saying? So here what is the problem is, with respect to Azerbaijan, Now there is a territorial dispute, and then there is a religious problem also. Because of that, the fight is going on, and war-like scenario also happened in the past, and even it's now also going on. But internationally, many countries have taken side with these countries. Especially Armenia is supported by Russia since it is Christian majority. But for that matter, Azerbaijan is supported by Muslim majority countries, that is Pakistan, Turkey, and USA and China for geopolitical region. That is, China is actually implementing its, what is that initiative? One road, one belt initiative, Silk Road initiative we are saying, no, that is actually passing through some regions of Azerbaijan also. That is why China is supporting Azerbaijan in this issue. Why USA is supporting Azerbaijan? Because Russia is supporting Armenia. So now world countries have taken a stand against this, and this problem is getting internationalized. Is it clear? UPSC may ask some mapping question in this area, not any other thing. It cannot be asked in international relation. And what impact it will have on India can be a question. What is the maximum impact it will have on India is, that is, one thing is, to the Central Asian countries, lot of Indian students actually, they go and study. What they study? Medicine. Because now our union government has came out with what? One toughest exam now. What is that? NEET, which is actually banning the entry of meritorious rural people who really wanted to study medicine. So many of them now got fed up, and they are actually going and pursuing in other countries like Ukraine. Even during Ukraine war, lot of Indian medical students got humanitarian crisis. And even in Azerbaijan also, our Indian students are studying more. And Azerbaijan, if you see, it's very important for India for two reasons. One is, Azerbaijan is important for international north-south transport corridor, INSTC. That is that for implementing that. Second, it is also famous for oil and gas production. It supplies even our Indian companies such as Indian Oil Corporation, ONGC is there, no? ONGC is having its offshore plants in this area. Where? In Azerbaijan. We are producing jointly with Azerbaijan oil and gas. Now if war-like scenario is happening, means tomorrow oil price may increase in India. That is one impact we may have. Second, for implementing international north-south transport corridor, Azerbaijan is important for India. Is it clear? Yes. Now we'll go into that. We'll see one by one all the topics. Yes. You understood? Any doubts? Why energy is less? Understood? Yes. Because of Sunday, wa? Yes. So first topic, we'll try to see any points which we have missed means we'll try to write it down. First is Women's Reservation Bill. It is applied to Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assemblies, 33% reservation. The inclusion of article is Article 330A, 332A, 334A, and what is the one more article? Assembly, Delhi Legislative Assembly is 239AA, 2B. Clear? Yes, kindly remember that, and it is included as part of 128th Constitutional Bill. Women's Reservation Bill is also called as Nari Shakti Vandan Adhinayam. However they say, try to remember. Hindi name, that is Hindi, no? Nari means woman, I know that much. Nari, Nari. Okay, however you say, Nari. Nari Shakti Vandan Adhinayam. So, okay, fine. So we reserve, but it's in the word only, no? Huh? So it reserves 1/3 of the seat in Lok Sabha, state legislative assemblies. Yes, and Delhi also. And with respect to this, see, don't remember these years and all. That's the reason I have not written. You will unnecessarily try to complicate the picture. Just understand efforts about introducing this women's reservation bill has been started by Atal Bihari Vajpayee time in 1996. Temporarily for some time he was Prime Minister. That time he introduced this bill first time in 1996. After that so many attempts were made. That's all. That much you remember. Last attempt was made in 2014. Currently the representation of women in Parliament in Lok Sabha, I said 15%, right? Roughly 15.2, and Rajya Sabha also around 13%. So which is very low. And even women data, where it is maximum, that is Rwanda, Cuba. Where is Cuba and Nicaragua? Go to South America map. Fast, South America. That is Central America, not South America. Central America. Central America. In the index you can see Central America, where it is located. Go there. Can you see countries there? Equator, not Equator. Countries like Haiti, Dominican Republic. Cuba is there. Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama cities are there. Yes. So all are South American countries. Nicaragua is a South American, that is Nicaragua is Central American country. Cuba, an island is there. Cuba, capital is Havana. It is also known for producing lot of sugar. That is in the world countries, Brazil produces lot of sugar. Next comes India, and one more country which is famous for producing sugar is Cuba also. Cuba also produces lot of sugar. Yes. And what are the countries which are having lower representation? Bangladesh and Pakistan. And most important features, those articles you need to remember. What are they? 330A, 332A. And one more thing I forgot to tell is, the seats which are reserved for women will be allotted. Every election it will be done on a rotational basis. What is the meaning of rotational basis? Not in a single constituency only women will be given representation or reservation. Next time it will be given to another constituency. That is rotational basis. Seats will be allotted, not in a fixed constituency every time. It will be rotated. So for Lok Sabha, it is Article 330A. For State Legislative Assembly, it is Article 332A. And what is Article 334A? It is for 15 years reservation. Yes? 334A. So it is mainly done for, that is census will be conducted only, that is when this women's bill will be implemented after census and delimitation exercise is done. And second, it will be valid once this act is formed, implemented means it will be valid for 15 years. That is Article 334A and 239 AA 2B. AA 2B, that is concerning Delhi Assembly reservation. Yes. So seats will be rotated, that we have discussed. Yes. So what are the problems against the bill? The implementation part is the problem, because when it will come into effect, especially after census exercise, means 2021 census only is not out, when 2031 will come after that. So it's a long way to go, and it does not address the problems of OBC women, and it does not give representation in Rajya Sabha. These are the problems. So journey of the bill. So we know it's introduced in 1996. One thing what you can learn here is, states which are having at least more representation of women as of now, most of them are actually North Indian states. Yes, Bihar, Punjab, Haryana, all Hindi belt states. UP, Bihar, at least they are giving some respect for women, but that is not actually reflected in sex ratio. That is a controversy. Sex ratio, they are having the worst sex ratio in the country. That means they are doing more gender discrimination, and at the same time they are giving women representation. It's a conflict. We have to live with that. Huh? Balancing. Huh? They will make the woman to stand, and men will exercise the power in the place of them. That is what is happening in India now. In local bodies, panchayats, women are given reservation, but conditions are not changing on ground. It is the men who is exercising the power. Yes, it is for theory, paper power is given to women. Yes, present. That all the powers, everything. Men only. That's what. That's what. So it is not changing on reality. That is why if you talk about women's reservation bill prospects also, you can talk about it, because already we have given 1/3 reservation for women in local bodies, but condition of women has not improved too much. So whatever problems we have faced in local bodies, that should be corrected in this area, where in this women's reservation bill. If it is done means, then only we can get some better, what to say, for women oriented problems will be addressed in a better manner. Yes, yes. Men are not allowing, husbands are not allowing, yes, wife to go and exercise the power. They are exercising their power. Yes, this is the problem. Yes. So okay, next topic, state of rhino. Rhino, we said 5 species. What are they? Fadafat. Don't look at the paper. Java and Sumatra, both are, go to Indonesia, Southeast Island, Southeast Asia map first. Indonesia, you have islands like Sumatra, Java. Locate the city called Bali in Indonesia. Last year our G20 summit happened in Bali only. This year only it came in. It happened in New Delhi. Next year in Brazil. What is that system? Triokia. Remember Triokia system? Remember Nata? Can you locate islands like Java, Sumatra? Kindly mark it. Very important. And in that, between Indonesia and Malaysia, you have Malacca Strait. We have marked it last time while discussing about One Road, One Belt initiative. That is China is trying to build its island nearby. What is that? It's partly Parcel Island. What is that sea? South China Sea. Can you locate? So it is a very important trade route. And one more thing is, geographically you see equator passes through Indonesia, and it comes under, this is a region which will receive maximum high rainfall also. So equatorial forests are present in this region, and in addition to that, it also comes under tectonically the Circum-Pacific Ring of Fire. Do you know that? What is Circum-Pacific Ring of Fire? If you don't know, write it. Geography class they will cover. That is the region in the Pacific Ocean region, starting from Japan up to Australia. That is that Australian region. We face a continuous volcanoes which are always very active. Most of the times volcanic activities happening. Most of the time earthquake activities are happening. Why? Because the plates are continuously in motion in this region. That is, there is a subduction of that is Pacific plate with Asiatic plate. Yes, that is happening here. Yes. So that is Circum-Pacific Ring of Fire. Now coming to this one. So rhino species in India is great one-horned species, great one-horned rhino. And world, why we are discussing this means because of two reasons. One is this report. They are not going to ask you who publishes this report, but World Rhino Day, when it is celebrated, that is very recently, 2 days back, September 22nd. Don't try to remember the dates. If you are preparing for KAS or banking, or if you want to write any other exam, you can remember the dates which they can ask you. But UPSC will not ask you those dates. So this Rhino Day is what's first celebrated by World Wildlife Fund. Kindly write it. This is important. So from which year it is celebrated? From 2010. And this World Wildlife Fund, it is also headquartered in Gland, that is in Switzerland. It's headquartered in Switzerland. And one more thing related to Wildlife Fund is, it publishes very important report called Living Planet Report. Yes? Done now? So see this 5 species already we have discussed it now. So 3 are in critically endangered category. That is, their population has decreased by how much? Okay. Thank you, sir. Yes. So in exam there is a vulnerable category. Vulnerable category. So now what are the key findings? I said already. What are the problems these rhinos are facing? One is poaching and hunting problems. Second is climatic change. Yes, one more thing we have discussed. What is that? That is habitat destruction. So these are the problems. So they are facing more flood and drought. In Africa, more drought, and in Asia, more flood is happening. Because of that, also their population is in danger now. And so these are just go through it, not that much important. Now coming to what are the conservation efforts, here it is important. What are the things we have discussed? That is translocation we will try to do. Second, rhino corridor, where they have done, note it, it is in Warang National Park. Mark it down. Where you have written, no, there only go and mention. We have already asked you to write about Warang. In Assam, we have 4 wildlife sanctuaries which contains rhino. What are they? One is Potibarawa. What is it? Pobitara. Pobitara. Second is Warang. That is Pomk. You remember the word Pomk. You can remember like Pomk. What are they? Pobitara, Warang, Manas, Kaziranga. So these are the 4 wildlife sanctuaries in where? Assam. West Bengal we have 2. One is Galdapara. Second is Gorumura. Gorumura and Galdapara. 2 are there. Try to remember. You are making me to remember. You should remember this. UPSC will surely ask you question because it's coming under vulnerable category and rhino is very important. And it came in news. Yes. And in UP it is present in which tiger reserve? Dudhwa. That is very important. So we have done rhino corridor we are trying to do, and then we are trying to establish translocation and New Delhi declaration. Kindly write it. This is a declaration regarding rhino which was signed in 2019. 2019. That is, it is signed by 5 tiger, that is 5, not tiger, rhino range countries. What are the 5 rhino range countries? India, Nepal, Bhutan, Malaysia, Indonesia. These countries have agreed in 2019 for protecting the rhinos. That is New Delhi Declaration on Asian Rhinos. In addition to that, we are trying to do DNA profiling. Why? To maintain the genetic diversity. We are trying to like identify the genes of these rhinos so that if they are hunted means from the body remains we can try to find out it belongs to rhino category. So we are trying to do DNA profiling, national rhino conservation, and then Indian rhino vision. This is very important. Here we are trying to at least maintain, we need to make the population of rhino in India to increase it to 3,000. That's the target we have kept. So this is important. So these are the 5 categories we have discussed, and most of their habitats are wetland. That is not wetland, grassland. Grassland, that is tropical grassland. We call them as savannas. Third scheme, what is that? Prime Minister Vishwakarma scheme. When it was launched? This year only. Yes, just 2 weeks back or 1 week back only our Prime Minister has announced this scheme. But it was initially announced in budget only this year in February month. Now the details has been laid down. So it is going to be implemented for 5 years time period. We have allotted 13,000 crore for this. And who are the people who will be covered here? Traditional artisans and craft persons. For how many categories? 18 categories. 18 categories we have included. And it is operated by 3 ministries. What are they? MSME, skill development. Third one is finance ministry. So 3 ministries are operating this. And 13,000 crore has been allotted. Yes, and what is the main objective behind the scheme? We are trying to give some financial incentive to these people who are training. That is 500 rupees for training, 1,500 for purchasing modern tools, 15,000 rupees will be given for, that is toolkit incentive. It's an incentive. And 3 lakh collateral free loan will be given at 2 installments, and that will be given at 5% interest rate. Try to remember all the provisions. So it is applied to both rural and urban areas. Kindly remember that also. Even though majority of these artisans live in rural areas, some of them live in urban areas also. They also can do this. They can also participate in the program. How do they participate? Registering at what center? That is common service center. That is, yes. So they need to register. That is common service center. Yes, so it will lead to promoting India's cultural heritage. Why cultural heritage? Because our handicraft products are represents our culture. And second, it will also promote the exports, and it will improve the skill development and formal sector. So then coming to UNESCO World Heritage Site, how many World Heritage Sites as of now? 42. 41 is Shantiniketan, 42 is Oshileshwara's temple. What are they? Bellur, Halabidu and Somnathpur. Bellur is which one? Vishnu temple. Vishnu, Vardhan. So Halabidu is Shiva temple, and Keshava temple is Krishna temple. Clear? So Shantiniketan is located in which one? Why it went here? So Shantiniketan is located where? Shantiniketan, West Bengal. Who started it? Rabindranath Tagore. And what was its initiative? Rabindranath Tagore. That is a concept of universal brotherhood. Yes. And so just write this. In this, most important is Channakeshwara temple. Some additional thing, geographical feature is, it is located on Yagachi river. You know that? Huh? Yes, try to remember that. The river name, Yagachi. Yes, so and it was mainly built to commemorate his victory over Cholas. To celebrate that victory only, this temple has been constructed. Yes, and it is a star-shaped temple. Star-shaped temple. So it is basically a Vishnu temple. Yes. Next to Hosaleshwara temple. So we have discussed the Shiva temple. It will contain scenes from Mahabharata, Ramayana and Bhagavata Purana. Yes. And Kesava temple, here Krishna is represented in three forms. Kindly write it. That is Janardana, Kesava, Venugopala. In that main deity is Krishna and his statue is missing. That is missing. What to do? Other two forms of Krishna also, their statues are damaged. That's the reason we are trying to protect at least the remaining whatever is there. Because it's more than 1000 years old, no? 1100, it's more than 1000 years old. So we need to preserve this. And coming here, so we have studied the difference between Nagara and Dravidian. That's what they are discussing. And this belongs to which category? Vesara style, Karnataka in temples. And UNESCO headquarters is in Paris, that we have discussed. Coming to Shantiniketan, just write this name which we have forgotten. That is Bhu Badanga. The original place is actually not Shantiniketan. It was initially called as Bhu Badanga. Later, Rabindranath Tagore's father only, he has named it. He only named it as Shantiniketan, Rabindranath Tagore's father. Here we also have an university, that is Vishwa Bharati University. Initially it was a school, an ashrama school. Later they converted it as, today it is a university. And this university is promoting human values, spirituality, meditation, harmony with nature. Yes, all these basic principles. That's why for the art architecture of the campus and the human value it is representing, that's why we have included it under UNESCO World Heritage Site. Yes. So Rabindranath Tagore, the most important thing about Tagore is, he wrote which one? Geetanjali. This we have already written. Poems titled Geetanjali. And knighthood he has given back when? During Jallianwala Bagh. And Janagana Mana and Amar Sonar Bangla we have discussed. He is a social reformer. You know that you will be studying in history more about Tagore. Yes, go through this, what we have given. Now coming to the next scheme, PM Money, very, very important. It is part of government's which one? Digital Public Infrastructure, DPI. That is very important. DPI consists of three components. What are they? It will involve flow of people, money, information. People's information will be done using Aadhaar, digital identity. Payment will be done using, money will be done using UPI. Information will be done through data exchange solution done by which agency? DIPA. That is Data Empowerment Protection Authority. Remember? Yes. So along that line, this PM Money is, and PM Money also consists of four important components. What are they? PDO, PDOA, App Developer. Final one is Central Registry. Kindly remember, very, very important. What we are trying to do, we are trying to encourage local kirana walas, local shops, so they can operate with no license, no registration, no fees. This we have discussed, remember? And it will consist of 4 components: PDO, PDOA, and then app provider, central registry. It is done by whom? That is Center for Development of Telematics we have written. Yes. So this is very important, status. So as of now, PM money in India today, that is how much? That is not recent data, it is 2022 survey. We have around 182 PDO aggregators, app providers, and how many Wi-Fi hotspots? Around 11 lakh Wi-Fi hotspots has been created, 11.5 lakhs. So scheme is going good. But only thing is, what is the challenge they are telling is, see, in villages, the network which they are providing now, even that needs to come with proper quality. The person who is supplying, if he is not providing with proper speed, means then it will affect the, the benefit of the PM Money scheme. So the speed needs to be maintained. Second problem they are saying is, see, villages, if they want to provide any tea shop, Wi-Fi means, they want infrastructure. They want data cable should be connected. And who will provide that? The data aggregator. Then that operating cost will be very high for villages, because villages, we don't know whether people will immediately come and they will buy from you internet. Is it or not? So the success of the scheme is mixed. That's why. So, but what is the main advantage they are saying is, if these people, Kirana wala, tea shop people, if they could provide better broadband, they could purchase and provide more speed, means people can use it at a very less price and it will be more speed also. And in that process, they don't need to use or dependent upon mobile telephone internet. That is the main idea. So what are the problems? There is a problem of hacking, because it is a Wi-Fi hotspot, somebody can hack it, so that can happen. What do you mean by malware? Malware means, write it, it is a malicious software. Malicious software. See, when you click something in the Wi-Fi while accessing some link, it will automatically install a software in your mobile phone or laptop. And now what will happen? It will try to steal some information and send it to the person. This is what? Malware. And it will also affect your information. Your system will go down. This malicious software, once it's installed, means your system will go down. It will affect that speed. Are you getting it? Malware. So it has serious security issues. That is, data privacy can be checked, and the user has to get proper speed. That is always a challenge. And one more problem they are saying is, mobile telecom companies may face challenges. Will they face challenge? Only when people start using more, they will avoid using mobile internet. Instead of recharging mobile internet for higher rate, whenever they want any urgently internet, means they can pay some 5 rupees, 10 rupees, give me for half an hour, I will use it and go. It's better than monthly package scheme. Is it or not? Especially to village people, it will surely change the climate of digital inclusion in villages, but it will take long time. Why? Because we need to provide with better speed. That is the main thing. Second, people should also have digital literacy, how to use Wi-Fi, internet. The problem is what in villages now? There is a digital divide. Remember? Digital divide. So that needs to be checked now. And coming to DPEI, that is digital public infrastructure. It contains 3 components. What are they? Flow of people, money, information. How it happens? People will be checked through digital identity, Aadhaar. Payment will be through UPI, and account aggregator will be done by DEPA, that is Data Empowerment Protection Architecture, not authority, architecture. Yes. So Khalistan, India-Canada relation, we have discussed about 2 operations. What are they? Operation Blue Star and Operation Black Thunder. Kindly try to remember. UPSC in prelims only they can ask you about Khalistan. That also they may go into the Anandpur Sahib resolution and background of that, historical aspect. And most of the Sikh diaspora, they live in which 3 countries? Canada, UK, Australia, but majority of them after Punjab, the highest Sikh population resides in Canada. And many of them are actually, they constitute around 3% of Canadian population. And many of these Sikhs are actually ministers who enjoy crucial position in Canadian president. What is his name? Justin Trudeau, his government, many of them are ministers. Sikhs are minister. And why Canadian president is also supporting Sikhs on this particular issue is that Sikhs form a very good vote bank for this Canadian president, and this year in Canada elections are going to come. Like how we are also going to face elections in India, same manner there also we are going to face election, and for that Sikhs votes are very important for Canadian president to win the election. That is the reason many experts are saying that for the domestic votes or vote bank politics, this Canadian president is supporting the which one? Sikhs issue, and is taking a stand against India. Yes. So recently they have organized some Operation Blue Star anniversary. What is that? They celebrated the assassination of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, and even they have raised the Khalistan referendum recently, and they issued a magazine where they also talked about or they celebrated Indira Gandhi's anniversary. For all this, our Indian Foreign Minister condemned their action. And what are the concerns we are having? That is concerns with respect to it started with G20, and then what are the implications it have? So we have discussed everything. Security implication, diplomatically the relationship is affected. Security wise, because why it is affecting security of India? Because now people in Indian Sikhs who are residing now in Punjab, many of them they don't support the demand of Khalistan. Kindly understand. Is it clear? Only some people who are having that extremist ideas, they are supporting the Khalistan issue. It does not mean all the Sikh people of Punjab, they support which one? This demand for Khalistan. And trade and economy. So how much trade we are doing now? This is very important. Note down the trade number. Approximately 8.2 billion we are doing trade. And we are also exporting to Canada our pharma goods, iron and steel, even our IT people. Many of them are actually we are exporting to them. So we will face problems in challenges in climatic change, counter-terrorism operations, international security. More than that, global trade will get affected. Our trade, bilateral trade between India and Canada will be seriously affected because India is also supplying to Canada nuclear reactors and boilers. Nuclear reactors, boilers. But in return, what we are getting from Canada is the uranium resource from Canada. We are getting from them. But we are sending this technology to them, exporting it. Yes? So now what are the problems it will happen? That is, it will affect the Indian diaspora mainly with respect to immigration policies. If suppose Canada wants to, like if you wanted to make this issue to be sorted out, means Canada may come out with a policy where, what to say, either they can like come and solve this issue, or they will go and tighten their which one visa policy. If they tighten the visa policy,